character's BMI.
Why?
That's how specific and well detailed this Bible is.
I mean, it wouldn't be too hard to figure that out regardless, as long as you knew their height and weight, but...
Yeah, but I'm glad it does the calculations for me because I'm lazy.
I don't like math.
Well, I mean, that's...
What am I going to do with this information, though?
You overweight piece of shit. 26, are you fucking kidding me?
I started streaming, guys.
Oh,
What is the average
You should have
size
said
of every
something, you
monster
asshole.
though?
No, Kane said go ahead and start, so I did.
I didn't even fucking hear what you said.
Leo, you need to herd us like sheep. We need to know we're starting.
Kane literally said go ahead and start while I'm saying
That's one
this.
person.
Yes, Kane is a quarter of us.
Okay, and I'm the one
Or
voicing the
okay.
main love protagonist. Cry about it. Let's go.
Alright, whatever.
He's got that over us.
We technically can't. We can't technically refute that.
I'm
Man,
sorry.
that doesn't mean he's right. I know what you're thinking.
Should we start?
I was
Yeah,
thinking
we
of a
have
Bo
started.
Burnham reference. What do you mean?
Oh. I thought... Okay, we're not on the same page.
No, we weren't.
Dude.
Fuck, I totally updated the stream. It's a Combat
just
Evolved
chatting.
game.
You update.
No, hold on. I totally.
This is the
It says
ending where
just
Genji
chatting.
wins.
It fucking
Yeah,
says
it
just
says
chatting.
just chatting for me. I clicked on chat. It says just chatting.
I'm a
The
lose
stream
my
title
mind.
is "Say You Love Me." The only problem is in the tags you have Combat Evolved, but who cares about that?
Oh, I didn't change the Twitch chat tags. That's why.
Combat Evolved.
Shh, don't worry about it, guys. Nobody
It
saw
isn't yet,
anything.
but we're getting there.
Someone will ask, and we'll have to come up with a good
How do I explain this? How do I explain this, guys?
We should just have like a PNG, like a terrible PNG of Master Chief on cue. That way, if someone does ask, we just put
That will
that
be the
on
new
and say,
censor.
"See, Combat Evolved."
Apparently, Katawa Shoujo is a common enough Twitch tag that it already exists. Because
Yo!
they took away the friggin'... Well, alright. I think
Have
that's
a-
actually everything I needed to do to get ready for today, so we can load now. Oh, so we did only get to Invasion. Okay. Lol, yeah, about Combat Evolved Katawa Shoujo Battle Royale. Oh my god, I forgot about the Katawa Shoujo Battle Royale. Oh crap, we gotta tell Pumpkin. That reminds me.
Pumpkin, midnight snack is ready.
Oh god, I should send her that clip again. But that's gonna take time, and that's time we don't have.
Correct.
Nope.
But yeah, someone start reading while Leo's.
Kane
doing
is literally
Leo.
going to have to leave in 13 minutes.
Oh
That is how
right,
long
we have
it
to
is.
take a
And
break.
you guys are going to.
Okay, hold on,
you're going to
hold on.
read
I can
without
get
me
this
in
going.
13 minutes.
Seems like I
Oh,
ate
shoot,
too
what?
much yesterday because I wake up in the morning feeling just nauseous enough for it to be a problem. I can't really postpone going into town for shopping though, so despite wanting to roll over and sleep it away, I force myself to get up and dress instead. Somewhere between buying toothpaste and a
Going
few
shopping.
other groceries, I end up walking it off. Then I feel hungry. After stopping for breakfast, it hits me how much time has gone by. I hadn't expected to be out this long at all. I'm not even sure if I bothered to lock my door. I should really get back.
That's dangerous with Kenji.
That is dangerous. When I get back to the
Dangerous.
dorm, I see Hideaki standing in front of my room from the entrance. I can think of a few things more unexpected, and I can't help thinking I might have a heart attack just from this. Oh, hold on. I said that wrong. I can think of a few things more unexpected, and I can't help thinking I might have a heart attack just from the surprise. Fortunately, it doesn't happen. As soon as he sees me, he says hello in his usual detached way. I'm a little slow to reply to him, so he repeats the greeting without missing a beat.
Hello. Is something wrong?
I'm just surprised to see you here.
Not as surprised as I could have been, since it's impossible to mistake him for anyone else. I'd recognize those weird clothes anywhere. Come to think of it, I've really surrounded myself with distinctive-looking people lately. Hideaki's head lolls slightly to one side, a little too easily.
Why? Is it unusual to see someone's family come to see them?
Yours? Yes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, actually.
I haven't seen my own parents in years.
So Hideaki isn't such a robot after all. In fact, it's almost as if he's more caught off guard by the fact that he can even be caught off guard. But he recovers quickly. Nevertheless, in that brief moment, he looks his age. That uncomfortable side of his seems like the more honest. Oh, that's a weird way of phrasing that. And I wouldn't mind seeing more of it. Not so much, though, that I'd go out of my way to pry. Only Shizune would be that zealous. That my thoughts get so far is proof she's rubbing off on me.
I think that you have a reason, that's all.
There is one.
See? Anyway, we can talk while we're looking for her. That's why you're here, right?
Shizune is in the student council room. I was looking for you. We might take a trip soon, a family trip. Do you think she would want to come with us?
Yeah, I don't know. She's kind of been on the warpath lately with a lot of stuff. And when she's focused on something, she won't just drop it. I guess you would know that.
I was about to say the same thing.
Hideaki looks much more at ease walking around than I did my first week.
So, this isn't your first time here?
Just throwing it out there. Of course, completely ignoring the surrounding... I didn't mean to press that button! Of course, completely ignoring the surrounding environment could just run in the family. It'd explain why Hideaki seems so distant from Shizune. I get the feeling there's more to it than just her deafness.
No, but this is the first time I could walk around so much. It's kind of weird here. I bumped into a person who told me women are not allowed in the dorms. After I told him I'm not a woman, he told me I was misleading and then he accused me of being an assassin.
I wonder who that is.
He met Kenji. That poor boy.
Bumpkin's here! We about to be tormented. Confused and concerned.
Well,
the consequences of
We're not gonna finish it tonight. It's official.
It's official.
Yeah, I can talk
Bumpkin's
about
here, that we're not finishing it.
I got this. I was learning that he's not only invincible, but strong enough to probably destroy the building with a punch. At least knock over the painting in the hallway. Oh, thank you. By the way, that painting is actually screwed to the wall.
Damn it!
They really want it up.
Yeah, that's the guy across the hall from me.
No,
He's
not.
okay.
Nope.
He's passable.
That
Nope.
means
So
my
it's
job here
categorically
isn't done. Oh no.
He makes me unfair. I see. Oh, you left your door open. It was unlocked when I came here. I snooped around, don't worry.
I'm a little annoyed that Hideaki knows that. The only way he could is if he had opened my door, but the feelings pass.
It doesn't matter. I have nothing to hide or steal.
Your soccer ball is really nice.
Don't you fucking touch that.
No. Oh, how dare you, kid!
That's one of the things that doesn't matter.
You are a soccer player. A soccer ball is very important.
Do I look like a soccer player?
Do I look like a fucking soccer player to you, bitch?
What do I look like? A mistake? Yes.
Yes, you do.
If I play soccer, I'll die.
If he does anything, he'll die.
If you die on the field, you die for real.
And there's a heart attack joke. We can go ahead and cross that one off.
Woo! We're winning?
I guess.
Winner.
I guess it is. The thought makes me smile.
I'm here because my father bought a new phone and wanted to update Shizune in case she needs to call him. I thought that you should know too, since you're your boyfriend, aren't you?
Yeah.
Ish.
Why?
What is KSBR?
Katawa Shoujo Battle Royale.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that a
Just in case there's something wrong or she needs anything.
guy? Did we stop? Did we start abbreviating it and not tell me?
Oh.
It isn't what I meant, but I'll go along. God, I keep hitting enter instead of space.
Even if she did, she probably wouldn't call. You're playing too much Risaya.
That's how she is.
Well, if you know. Coming all the way here for that, though, you could have updated her via email.
He doesn't like using emails.
That's so old-fashioned. Don't tell me he still does business through the regular mail or something.
Silence. Now it's my turn to feel awkward. Is Hideaki taking it literally, or did I hit the mark? Nah, I'm sure that when it really comes down to it, he does what he wants to... Oh, God. I'm sure that when it really comes... Oh, I'm sure that what it really comes down to is that he does want to see his daughter and stay in contact with her. In the end, they are still family, after all, even though they play at being at each other's throats.
Oh, no.
The door to the
No,
student
he's
council room is
back.
open, and Hideaki and I walk in on Jigoro in mid-rant. He sees us, but decides that it's not something worth stopping rambling at Shizune over. This is really shaking my faith in my previous assumption.
When I was in student council, our room was smaller. Colder, too. Like working in a meat locker. Not like you spoiled kids. What a waste. Sitting here in your giant room doing nothing.
Did I feel the voice?
I literally don't know what you're saying. Aren't there only 3 of you? Makes having so many desks only seem like an unnecessary display of mindless decadence. Appalling. You must use the desks you need and not one more. It is part of my code.
It may be odd of me to think so, but hearing only one half of a conversation is pretty strange. Also, that is some code. Now that I've arrived, he changes the subject and starts talking about the reason he's here.
She can't hear you. Oh, whatever. Alright. Hideaki and I are going on a trip.
You're right, Pumpkin, but I hate that you pointed it out because now I have to notice it too. Maybe, is it like, maybe it's supposed to be part of his hair, actually. Like, it's part of the hair being swept to the one side. Like, that little protrusion isn't part of his beard, because it's textured a little differently.
Oh, you're still good. What are you doing? Does everyone who uses sign language mumble while they do it?
What the... Okay, I guess I'm in this conversation. No, but I'm just an amateur. It helps me think. It's kind of like a force of habit.
Just an amateur. Unbelievable. Fine.
Mister, you didn't even fucking try.
You're less than an amateur.
You didn't even start. He turns back to Shizune just in time to catch her shaking her head from side to side.
Are you sure you won't be coming along?
She reiterates the gesture.
Fine.
Alright, they're starting the meeting slightly early, which means I can get it done with slightly earlier. I will disappear. I'll be back in like 15 to 20 minutes, hopefully less.
Someone
feel
else
free
will
to
take
read it
over
out.
to Shizune ... Hopefully that's all there is.
Yep, thank you.
That.
Bye.
Kane's gone. And
Why
that,
is
I
someone-
think that's a Discord noise. That's on the...
Meh.
Well, we have it on there as Discord ping. So is that specifically getting a message? Or is the actual, like, leaving and joining the call sound, does that still count?
We need to consult the rule maker. CD, tell us what we need to do.
We've already gotten a ping, so it doesn't matter.
What?
Oh, yo, we also made a painting joke already.
We're on fire this stream. Except in terms of making progress.
And just type it out in chat. Oh,
This is me.
God.
Can you tell her to call me if she needs anything? Are you actually gonna fill it?
Yes.
Wait! Call him? What would that do? Shizune? What do you need? Shizune.
You're voicing Shizune. If ... show up.
Voicing Shizune.
Sorry, there's like a
Huh?
there's a lot of things happening right now in this parking garage. I really think sending an email would have been easier though.
Not going to read emails on my phone. She won't speak. She can call Hideaki. Still struggle with the name. I suppose if I have to be reached, then you would have to call me, or that other girl would have to call me. Oomph. Actually, all three of you can just call Hideaki. You're the worst.
And with that, he swiftly turns and leaves, Hideaki trailing behind him. A long trip for something that took 5 minutes. Neither of them can express their feelings very well. In Shizune's case, I have to question whether she would if she could. It explains a lot, but she doesn't seem unhappy with the arrangement. Even so, I wonder if she might be. When the door closes behind them, leaving Shizune and me by ourselves, she lets out a deep breath that seems to echo in the silence of the room. Oh god, we immediately got... Oh!
It's totally ridiculous asking me to go on a trip. The timing couldn't be worse. It overlaps the student council elections, for one. Second, oh god.
Oh no!
Second, I haven't even cheered up Misha. If you consider that, it's annoying to even have to think about anything else.
I love that it's like still a mobster voice, but it's like a slightly different variety.
It sounds sort of Kellish.
Kel, it does sound like... It sounds like... That's pretty perfect.
Kel the mobster.
Yeah, but you might be too focused on all that stuff right now.
Well, your job was to do the ... dots while Shizune wasn't, like, didn't have any actual voice lines. But now she does, and that makes things more complicated.
Did the ... You're doing great, Pumpkin.
Shizune adjusts her glasses, roughly.
Completely 100% right. Oh god.
Do you
The
want me
minute
to
I
take
decided I
Shizune?
was going to cheer up Misha, everything else went on the back burner, I suppose.
You know what? I think, Prissy, I think you should try this one.
Okay.
I think you should try
Oh,
the
God.
mobster
We're just gonna be
voice.
passing
Fuck.
balls around all stream.
All right,
Just-
Marak, I need you to do it one more time. I need to hear it again.
Ugh.
Poor Barack.
Completely 100% right. The minute I decided I was going to cheer up Misha, everything else went on the back burner, I suppose.
Okay, I'll give it my best. It'll be. I need to adjust. It'll be. Okay.
That is totally
Watch, we won't
fine.
get a
None of us
single
can
nother
do it.
Shizune.
None of us are gonna be as good as Kane.
I think your dad might care more about you. Care about you more than he lets on.
I know.
That's a
pretty
good
good.
start.
So then it could be a good idea.
And I hit the enter button again.
No.
And then again, more firmly, as if for both of us. I find it hilarious. You don't even have time to adjust for the voice because the lines are so short.
They're like, no.
Alright, finally.
After coming this far, I can't take a break. A vacation would be jarring. It would be like waking up in a different life. Yesterday was like my vacation. Now we have to go all in.
It got better as the line went on.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but it's just how I am.
I remember what Yuko said, that she found Shizune brave in a kind of way. I think I understand I think I understand what she meant, and I have to agree. Even though it could also be called recklessness, and foolishness, and pointless stubbornness, I guess you could call it bravery too. That devolved into something less than compliments.
Hisha, you got a little off track there.
I was trying to make a reference there, but it was kind of obscure to begin with, and the fact that I had to change one of the words to make it work, just everything fell apart.
I probably wouldn't have guessed it anyway, so...
I think Marak might be the only one who would have gotten it.
What did you say?
I said, this seems to have devolved into something less than compliments.
I'm not remembering a specific place, but it sounds like something from SAO Abridged.
It's from
Everything's
Fate Stay Night
SAO.
Abridged, actually. It's that scene after Archer tries to kill Shiro, where Rin goes up on the roof and Shiro asks her to apologize to him. And she starts, but then by the end of the apology, it just devolves into her insulting him.
I see.
Again, a really obtuse reference, but... However, I can see that there is a fundamental flaw in Shizune's thinking that I hadn't noticed until now. I'm sure that Shizune has reflected longer and more arduously than I could about where she messed up to create such a bad situation between her and Misha. However, as is typical for her, she wouldn't let it hold her back and immediately set out to fix the problem. This completely ignores a large part of the problem, Misha herself. Moving from critical introspection to holding Misha up as part of a goal causes the person to get lost in the shuffle. Shizune has said a lot in the past few days, but nothing about how Misha feels. No, the random tangents will happen regardless of whether or not you're here, Pumpkin. Shizune's way of thinking is abnormal. Few people would reject a friend and then expect things to go back to the way they were so easily. Shizune does because she sees life as, if I had to put it simply, capable of being segmented and compartmentalized. You probably do make it slightly worse, Pumpkin. That being said, that's like going from, like, a 9 to a 10. Misha, like anyone else, sees it as a whole experience. A long, continuous journey where one moment of heartache can follow you forever. For Shizune, an event is an event, and few of them cross over. Life is compartmentalized around triumphs, failures, and decisions, where each one stands as its own story. It's why the thought of a vacation is jarring to her. It's why she can only appreciate people's immediate emotions. You're goddamn right, I'm a 10. You know what, Pumpkin? Yes, you fucking are. Likewise, likewise, Shizune can see Misha as a friend, but I doubt that she has ever thought of Misha as anything more until recently, or questioned anything about her. Misha as Misha would be enough for her, even if to Misha it must be unbelievably stifling. Shizune is just Shizune to herself. It's likely she doesn't even think about the after effects of her actions in the long term, as long as they stir up other people's lives. To Misha, though, I'm sure that it made her seem almost heroic, like Yugoko admiring her bravery, and even myself. And Shizune's thoughts on that sentiment are that it was good she could touch someone's life, but it ends there. It's easy to captivate, much harder to nurture. On to the next thing. Thinking of life in terms of almost completely isolated events has a tendency to isolate a person, too. Though she's trying to remedy it now, the point remains. There is simply no way Shizune could have avoided hurting Misha. Her emotional investment in Shizune was something Shizune couldn't account for, so she didn't. Combined with her personality, it was inevitable. Thanos moment. Pumpkin, you fucking bet I'll turn this into a musical. You haven't seen nothing yet.
Trust me, you haven't.
I'm going to rap Katawa Shoujo. Both of them have pretty much told all the bits and pieces.
Starts rapping. Both of them have pretty much told me.
All of the bits and pieces.
All of that
over the
in
past
bits
couple
and
months that I've
pieces
known
over
you.
the past. I can't fucking do it. I'm so bad.
It's hard.
Never
You have
again.
to have good rhythm.
Never again.
Yeah, please.
It also doesn't help that we both started trying to do it at the same time.
Meh.
If this
Interrupting
is a
is always
musical,
fun.
you have to sing all of your lines from now on. Hey, Disney musicals don't have you sing every line. But that's... And not all musicals you have to sing. I was in a musical. I should know. Both of them have pretty much told me all of that in bits and pieces over
I
the past
am
couple
amused.
months I've known them. In the middle of considering their differences, an idea began to take shape in my mind.
Are you working on your plan right now? This second? Your cheer up Misha plan?
Oh, hold on. Hold on. Of course! I was thinking about it the whole time I was being yelled at.
Flicking her glasses up the bridge of her nose with an oddly triumphant air, she taps her finger against her temple.
It's multitasking.
Really? Isn't it more like you're able to concentrate on something like that because you can't hear? Well, whatever. When I ask her what she thinks of mine, it turns out we've both arrived at a similar idea.
You put so much stank on that. Is it because she
Can't
can't hear?
She can't hear.
1 down, 5 to go.
Oh no, we had.
Oh, you
Oh
meant
yeah, you're
serious.
right. Never mind, you're right. 5 more to go.
Uh-oh.
Although it makes me feel kind of uneasy since we're talking about a human being, the first step is to corner Misha. Though the situation is a little too much like something out of a cop drama for me, it's come to this because talking to her normally is proving to be near impossible. But we do have classes together, even the very first class of the day. Although it takes a while for the announcements to come, the second I hear that we're going to be working in groups today, Shizune and I try to make sure Misha's in ours.
You know, I think Muto assigns us a suspiciously large amount of group work and self-study, don't you think? What's up?
They're both here.
He's not ready.
I need another moment. Just a moment.
Rev your engines, folks.
I just imagine. I've said this before. With the chainsaw man thing. Pulls the thing in his chest and his like.
But it's easy, so it's okay, right?
Yeah? There's other stuff that I've been thinking about lately that might not be okay, though.
Misha nods after each sentence, then brushes it all aside.
I thought about it, and I don't do enough work when I work with you and Shi-chan, so I'm gonna try harder today. So don't distract me, He-chan. I have to stay focused.
You know that ain't gonna happen.
That was an annoyingly transparent dodge. Shizune doesn't look too happy either since Misha didn't bother to sign any of it, opting to twirl a pen in her hands instead.
Wait a second. I don't know if we made this joke already, but is Misha's disability being gay?
Oh my god! Oh
Canonically,
no!
no, but that was a pretty good burn.
Oh god! Bet! Facetious Empire's gang getting checked off on the bingo. Pumpkin was like, bet. From the shaky way she was doing it, I'm sure it was so she wouldn't sign anything inadvertently. From the way Misha looks, distracted and uneasy, I doubt it's because she wants to keep Shizune out of the loop for any malicious reason. Although it's still obviously a way of distancing Shizune from herself.
Shizune wants to talk to you.
The
That sounded so
Dawn
menacing.
wants to see you.
The Dawn sends his regards.
I'm the Dawn.
You were wrong, Hisao. It
You're
wasn't
gonna sleep with the fishies.
It was
Be sleeping with the fishies.
Can't it wait until later, He-chan?
No.
Waited like a
Oh.
no.
Why not now?
We're in the middle of class.
Now she's spinning a pencil in each hand. I'm beginning to think her signing has turned into a kind of nervous tic for her. This isn't a good replacement, although the sight of her dual wielding is pretty impressive.
I'm gonna take off.
The Sword Art Online references just keep showing up.
Become a helicopter. A bicopter.
Dual wielding is a Sword Art Online reference.
He's got the fastest reaction speed in the fucking school. After class, then.
After class, I don't waste a second bringing it back up.
It's time.
As everyone else
Speak.
files out of the classroom, leaving the three of us alone, Misha takes increasingly longer glances in every direction except forward.
You want to get something to eat?
That's also a Sword
Why
Art
do
Online
you-
abridged reference.
Do you want to get
Eating?
something to eat? Yeah.
No. There's a bit in Sword Art Online where they say that exact line. Sword Art Online abridged.
You want to get something to eat?
Yes.
Yeah.
Take it
It's
from the
not
guy
like-
who has the script
It's
memorized.
after Kirito draws cat.
Yeah, it's
eyes.
he draws cat ears on Asuna's the cat features on Asuna's face, and
Cat.
then Asuna gets mad at him for doing something to her while she was sleeping. And I'm
Yeah,
not
you don't
fucking
need to
explaining
explain the
this
scene.
joke. Just watch Sword Art Online
I,
abridged.
I tried to keep it as simple as possible while still giving reference to the people who knew. And you had to go and explain. Just, no. Speak. Read.
Why do you and Shi-chan keep asking me if I want to eat something? Shi-chan.
Because we're all headed to the cafeteria, and we haven't eaten together in a long time. So why not?
It's about the student council.
It's about you, dumbass.
Wait.
Dot, dot, dot.
Hold on. Yeah, let me see what a mobster sounds like one more time.
You've got
It's
too
me, Don
fast.
Pachinko. I'm here to tell you that you still owe me about $4,000 in back taxes.
There we go. Although I don't know.
The
if every
conversation
Dot
has
dot
been-
dot.
the
There
conversation
we
that
go.
has been unfolding in chat about the nature of gayness as an illness is frankly fascinating.
being straight is the disability.
Being straight is
Fair enough.
Oh, my stream crashed.
Being ace is like being in America while the Black Plague is happening.
Wait, where was the Black Plague again?
In Europe, mostly.
Okay, that's what I thought. It never got transmitted over like some of the other ones.
Taking Shizune's lack of a reply as admission, Misha sighs.
John, is that all you ever think about?
Before Shichan can...
Hmm?
I just called her Shichan. Before Shizune can reply, she leaves. I have to say it, I'm not feeling very confident after what's just happened.
Absolute Misha corrupts absolutely.
Neither of us was expecting it to go smoothly, but it would have been nice. Reading my mind, Shizune curls a finger around her glasses for a while before signing.
I know what you're thinking, but no. It's not that I think we should give her some space now. I told you I wouldn't give up so easily.
Yeah, well, now I'm starting to wonder if it's not too soon.
Cold feet.
You suck.
Well, I'm not gonna. That would be giving up on her. There's a fine line between helping someone and smothering them. But I just want to help Misha pull herself together and stop acting so weird.
There's a fine line between helping someone. I just want Misha to pull herself together and stop acting so weird. I know she can do it, even if she wants to try. People don't change overnight. If they could, the world would be a much easier place.
She just needs to stop being gay. I don't like how she phrases that whole statement. She just needs to pull herself together.
You can't be gay, Misha.
Okay, you win.
What I missed, by the way.
He wasn't here for the joke where Precy asked if being gay was Misha's disability.
I mean, but
You missed so many gay jokes. It's been great.
damn.
And I guess this is the part where we split up and look for clues.
Like Zoink Scoops. Like
I'll go with
Zoink
Daphne and
Season
Velma.
8.
Does that make
Go with Daphne
Misha
and Velma. You
Scooby-Doo?
end up Scooby.
Like Zoinks, Misha.
Where are you?
Like Zoinks, Misha. We gotta go do student council work.
And then Shizune just doesn't do anything. She's silent.
Shizune is the mission.
Shizune is Velma, but with the opposite condition.
Oh,
Instead of having terrible vision, she can't hear. I'm just
Gonna go
making
ahead
it
and
worse.
knock off Prestigious Empire Gang.
So I'm the only one who's really supposed to find her.
if I run into her first, I'll call your cell phone.
Smiling, Shizune takes out her cell phone, turning it on to prepare. I notice that she has an extremely high number of unread messages, and looking at her expression, so does she. Twirling it around by the strap a couple of times, she grimaces.
I don't like using this thing. Why can't I just snap my fingers?
That's not how that works.
And then what? I'm not a dog, and it doesn't travel as far as a phone signal.
If I whistle,
You're having a lot of
he's
fun
out.
with this, aren't you?
Shaking her head from side to side, she continues.
It's obvious where she'll go. You can't look for her on the school grounds. She'd want to go as far away as she can. Check the tea shop? Check the tea Jesus. Check the tea shop? It's usually empty this early. Misha loves to go there after physics in class. And she loves the parfaits they have there.
Breading.
Shaggy, you and Scooby need to go to the tea shop.
Really treating Misha like a fucking dog. Like, yeah, she'll go where the food is.
He has a set routine.
My
She's
goose
like
track.
an
At 8 in the
NPC.
morning, you need to feed her and take her out for a walk. She likes to go on long jaunts through the park.
I was trying to do a Fred impression earlier, but he doesn't have a super distinctive voice.
Okay.
He does, but it's not one you can mimic.
No, it's kind of hard.
Let's go, gang!
Oh no, gang. Yeah, no, that's hard, dude. Now I want to try.
I just said it. I basically just said it in my normal voice.
Yeah.
Like the Shaggy impression and the Scooby impression are easy.
Yeah.
Like
When everyone else has a relatively normal voice.
Like Zoid Scoop.
I really know a lot
That's
about
right,
her,
world.
but she would overthink it and turn it into something that would seem a lot more backhanded than it actually is. So I choose to just nod and leave instead, until I feel her holding onto my sleeves.
What?
I say instinctively, forgetting that she can't hear me.
Feels nice that I don't have to do it all by myself anymore. Because I can trust you. I'm really happy.
Betray you when the right time arises.
What did you just say?
I will steal your position.
I will betray you when the right time arises.
I will
If it's
usurp you as
profit,
student
I'll
council
do
president. You seem to have
This is
forgotten the
impossible.
nature of this game, Shizune.
Can we read this next line so I can point out the obvious?
Yes?
It makes me happy to hear it. I can't think of a way to respond and end up only nodding again.
She... White woman ambush.
I'm gonna count that as character sprite jump scare and knock that off the bingo.
I'll just get the whole lot of them today.
So wait, Ken, what were you gonna point out?
Hisao being happy to hear she's in.
Oh.
CD, check out CD's chat. Heading outside, I catch a glimpse of pink hair behind some other girl's head. And as I head that way, I realize that this isn't the way you go if you want to leave the school. It's the way to the student council room. If I wanted to avoid Shizune, I wouldn't head there. It's strange that Misha would be going in that direction. Maybe she...
Have you heard the tale of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
Actually, no.
It's not a tale most Jedi are told. It's a common Sith folk tale. I don't know the rest.
I didn't even know that much.
Darth Plagueis.
Darth Plagueis the Wise. It's in Star Wars. It's a Jedi story of a man who like
No, man,
gains
it's a
immense
Sith
power.
story.
Oh, Sith story. Sorry, of a man who gains immense power, and it's like the story used. Okay, I know I fucking said it wrong. Die.
Die! Die! I know I said it wrong. Die!
Yeah, it's a Sith story just about a man becoming extremely powerful by using the Dark Force, and it's like the story, what's his name uses to make Anakin Vader.
That's homophobic. Okay. It's strange that Misha would be going in that direction then. Maybe she wants to talk things over with Shizune. In which case, I have to wonder if letting things play out naturally would be such a bad idea after all. Especially if it seems to be going in a good direction. Suddenly, Misha stops and spins around, catching me by surprise.
I'm a jump scare.
Like somebody wants to sell me something.
What?
No, you know the freaking SpongeBob meme.
I
It's
don't
like, it
care
looks like
what.
someone wants to sell me something.
I don't care which anime boy you send. I'm not paying my taxes.
Man,
Surprise, Hee-chan! Were you looking for me? I had a feeling.
I was going to say, hey, I was just looking for you, but I suppose that's no good now. She hasn't even finished with her sentence before she blows past me, heading for the exit. I have to admit that Misha is infuriatingly sharper than I'd expected. Also, surprisingly fast. Some you wouldn't know about Hisao.
Oh,
What does that mean?
He can't
Hisao's
run,
a weak
otherwise
bitch.
he's gonna fucking die. Otherwise
Oh, I thought you
he'll
were
kill
call-
him.
I
Huh?
thought you were
just
just calling him
imagined-
slow.
No, I was I was
And
being absolutely literal.
Fair enough.
Although it's more physical activity than I think I should be getting, I managed to catch up with her halfway to the gate.
You're really being the rudest woman in the world right now.
You guys are the ones who are tracking her down.
Listen, they did it to me multiple times when they were trying to recruit me. It's time for some due punishment.
Touche.
Can you just stop trying to run away for 1 second? I want to talk to you.
Misha turns on her heel, looking mildly amused, and raises her hands as if to tell me to go on. Now that I've got her attention, though, it's hard to think of the right thing to say.
Where are you going now?
To Shanghai.
Can I go with you then?
Waiting for her
No.
to answer. Waiting for her to answer feels like an eternity. It's almost as if I can hear my wristwatch ticking off the individual seconds.
Okay then, Hee-chan.
I get the sense that she only agreed because she doesn't want to argue anymore today. When we get there, a couple comes in after us, causing Misha to jump slightly at the noise. Seeing that it isn't Shizune, she relaxes again, smiling almost as usual to... Oh god. Smiling almost as usual to order a parfait from Yuko and sliding into the nearest booth.
You ran off too fast. You could have at least waited to see what I was going to say. Or what she was going to say.
Misha's angry reaction tells me it could be that she was afraid of what Shizune might say.
Why are you both doing this, Hee-chan?
Because we care about you, you asshole.
Just because I
Sorry.
said I wanted to die doesn't mean anything.
Jesus Christ.
Ooh, that got dark.
Because Shizune still wants to be your friend. I guess that's for her. I guess that for her... Jesus Christ. I guess that for her, it's kind of like launching a nuclear missile from a submarine. You need 2 keys to do it.
Dot.
What was that metaphor, Hisao?
What the fuck are you talking about?
What is a nuclear?
Nucleus.
I took science.
Yeah.
What
I
else can
passed
she
third
do,
grade.
though?
She isn't automatically signing whatever she hears or says anymore, and I'm sure that is the reason Shizune's been having so much trouble with her.
If she tried to talk it over, you wouldn't listen.
Misha's guilty expression tells me I've hit the mark.
Do you really hate Shizune that much?
No, Hee-chan, I told you that.
She
I
answers without.
she literally wants to die with how much she loves her. That is. Why would you even think that?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
She answers without even flinching, idly playing with a spoon.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to guilt you into speaking. Manipulation tactics 101.
She's right behind that corner.
I'm sure she knows it too, but I wonder if it might be easier if you did.
I was about to make a reference to something, and then I realized it has Chainsaw Man spoilers in it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, don't
Oh
do
yeah,
that.
you're now ahead of everyone else.
I am ahead of everyone.
Oh.
Wait, you are? Wait, not ahead of Kane, right?
No, no one's ahead of me.
CD just said before it said, no, this isn't romance and Andante.
Okay, I know this is Nocturne, damn it.
Pull it up.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't recognize the song because it's been a minute.
His Nocturne
He still got
again.
It's better than me. I don't remember it.
Fuck. The only thing she's really thought about for the last week is how to make you happy, since Shizune is still attached to you. Yesterday, though, she thought that maybe it'd be easier if you just hated her. Since you didn't tell her you hate her, Shizune thinks that you both can still be friends. She's like that, thinking only in extremes.
No, sorry, Pumpkin. I'm not reacting to some of the jokes that you are making. I'm reading all of them, but I'm not reacting to all of them, specifically because I am trying to keep us slightly on track.
You are great, but we are on a time crunch.
Yeah.
Her parfait is starting to melt, the ingredients coming together in tiny rivers that remind me of the growing roots of a tree being shown through time-lapse photography. That's an oddly specific analogy.
And yet it somehow
It is oddly specific.
works.
Thank you for
stupid.
mocking my speech impediment.
You have a speech impediment?
I might as well.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean it.
Hee-chan isn't that stupid, Hee-chan. Don't be ridiculous.
Oh, I'm being ridiculous
The
now.
Leo rap god is...
to see ridiculous? It's got nothing to do with intelligence. Smart people can do stupid things. And anyways, isn't it true? I was terrified last week when we talked, but at the end, I was relieved because it sounded like things might go back to normal.
I'm not gonna do it, Pumpkin. I'm not gonna do it.
I wasn't expecting you two to have a fight right after.
I got it. I'll do it when the time comes.
You eat.
It wasn't a fight, Hee-chan. It was just me yelling at her.
I've noticed that Misha's voice never really changes in tone, just volume. It's so low with guilt that I can hardly believe it came from her.
Wait, go back. Last line. I gotta redo it.
It wasn't a fight, Hee-chan. It was just me yelling at her.
There we go.
Either way, I was happy because I thought you and her could still be friends, since she needs you.
No, she doesn't, Hee-chan.
So? How do you know that? There are a lot of things Shizune doesn't.
Vocalize, say, talk about? I'm afraid if I say the wrong thing, it'll ruin the mood. I get to finally have a conversation with her, and I don't want to screw it up. I wonder if this is the first time she's had an honest conversation with me.
Just because she didn't tell you doesn't mean she doesn't like you.
It doesn't make sense.
Yes, it fucking does. Otherwise, she would argue back.
Microphone cuts out. That's a bingo square. It's probably already happened, but that was the first one I was paying attention to.
Cut out in the middle of a bit and no one heard it and I gave up.
Aw.
I'm
It's
so
because I was
sorry,
trying-
Kane.
It's because I tried doing the Misha voice, so exactly half a vowel got picked up.
That hurts.
You don't think so? She picks fights with everyone, so why not you? Obviously, because you're a friend, and she values you. And Shizune is hurt too. She's just awful at showing her feelings. Usually does it in the wrong way, too. But she still likes you.
I love how vindictive Marak is being with these lines.
Awful. And she is.
Hee-chan, do you remember when I said I didn't want to hate Shi-chan or upset her? The truth is, I ended up doing both. Now, it's like there's, like, an awkwardness between us. It's hard to explain.
No
Both of you are
shit. We're all
I
mad at
agree with you,
Misha.
Kane. Both of you are so stubborn. You were talking about how you didn't want to drift apart from Shizune, but then you're just gonna let it happen. And Shizune is just as bad. She wants to be your friend, but respects you too much to be as aggressive as she'd be with anyone else.
And I'm sure that Misha interprets Shizune giving her space as a lack of caring.
Screwed up already, Hee-chan. It'll happen again, I'm sure. When I think about it that way, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. It feels like either way, I'll end up making things worse. Then it might be better if I didn't do anything at all, right?
Don't be ridiculous. Why would you even think that way in the first place? Be more positive.
It should be easy for you, I want to say, but that would be presumptuous.
Hee-chan, I never knew you were so optimistic. I never expected it.
I'm just not a fucking dunce.
Fuck you, Hee-chan. You always act so gloomy when I try and surprise you.
No, this is a recent thing. Really, I just hate it when people give up easily now.
Haha! Now. Huh?
It makes me mad when people give up. I used to think that giving up was kind of like running away, since that's how people always describe it. But now that I think about it, it's usually more like throwing something away.
Big question. Did Hisao ever send that letter?
No?
Hypocritical.
Hold on, I want to say... I need to look something up real quick, and I'm so sorry about this. This will take me like a minute. Shut up.
Yeah, Whiskers.
Intro.
Who would win in a fight? A coughing baby or a hydrogen bomb?
Coughing baby, all the way. The hydrogen bomb can't activate itself.
No, go back.
No?
I didn't
For
read it.
context, both are 30 feet up in the air.
Are they falling?
Yeah, yes.
Then the baby would hit the ground first, so it would technically beat the hydrogen bomb.
Wait, what would
Would
hit
it
the bomb
though? Because
first?
things will fall the same speed regardless of mass.
I mean, I guess the other one has a
A
little bit
vacuum.
more air resistance.
But how much is the air resistance gonna differ between a baby and a hydrogen bomb?
Well, a hydrogen bomb is usually bigger than a baby.
Yeah, but it's also generally pointed downwards so that there's less air resistance.
Yes and no.
My point is, we don't know the cross-sectional area of both of these objects, so it's
Imagining the
Y'all-
cross-section of a
y'all-
baby compared to a
y'all-
hydrogen bomb.
Y'all, it is an exploding bomb versus a baby. A coughing baby. It just read the next line.
Go.
No! We need to come to a decisive answer.
Damn it. Okay, fine. I'll change the question.
No,
I'll
I got
change
it.
the
No, I
question.
got it. I got it. I know the answer.
This isn't
both-
any norm. This isn't.
they both
oh, sorry,
lose.
you go.
They both lose. Because, alright, the baby falls, clearly dies, it's a baby, and you're 30 feet up. The hydrogen bomb is 30 feet even enough for it to detonate. Maybe it just sticks in the ground. Maybe it's over the ocean. They both lose.
I'm changing the question just slightly. I never specified which battle. Which one wins in a rap battle?
Oh, shit.
Like an epic rap battle, potentially of history.
When you run away from something, you
Still
can
bad.
think of it as still being there. So I was in the hospital, and I didn't want to run away from my problems. I wanted to never think about them again.
Misha eats a spoonful of her gray ice cream goop.
I did not see the R in that word. I was like, wow, the game's just this up
The
front. with
gay
it now,
ice
okay.
cream goo.
Damn.
Did she only just remember it was
Being
there now?
stupid
Or
tonight.
could it be the way she likes it?
In a good way.
Anyway, my point is, you can't do that. People are too sentimental to just throw their memories out like that. It's impossible. Shizune can't think of life in terms of anything but winning and losing. Don't you think she wishes she didn't have to remember the parts where she loses? You can't pick and choose, though. That's like wanting to live in a bubble. The worst part is, your way of thinking is so wasteful. It's making you so pessimistic, you're afraid of everything.
Dare I ask how so, Pumpkin?
Come on.
I grab her hand as I wave Yuko over with the other. I grab her hand as I wave Yuko over with the other to pay for our food. Okay, I guess. How are you equating those two things together? How?
Okay, so basically, when a human with a penis has sex,
Jesus H.
I know how that much works.
Whoa.
okay.
Let's
So what do you
please
think's
move
gonna
on.
happen if two gay humans with penises have sex?
Yeah, but I don't
But what if they're
understand.
women?
Mitosis?
It's meiosis, you dipshit.
What's going on?
You didn't even use the right cell division.
Wait, why isn't it? Oh, it is meiosis.
Jeez, we are in a certain kind of mood tonight. Is it the full moon?
Let's move on.
I don't
It's
know.
moved where I am.
My only window points the exact opposite direction to the moon. So
I'm in a
I could go to-
basement.
I could go to the top of the parking garage.
you're good.
Just starts driving.
This
up.
bit's
Okay,
not
I'll be
working.
right back. I'll be 1 second.
Okay. Okay.
Get out of the way!
Caprese, did you say the line, please?
No.
Yeah.
Where are we going now?
Eric?
Oh, back to school before lunch is over? But I want to check out a few places before then.
Shoot.
What?
What? What? Okay, now we can't. Now we have to wait. This is too much.
Far, bro. That gate. Mm-mm.
There's too
Merrick
much
needs to
plot.
see
No,
this.
no, I mean this music, bro.
Sorry,
Comfort,
I went to go
yes.
check the moon.
Eric, look at the gate.
Is it a full
It's a gate.
It's a plot.
Listen to the
relevant
music.
gate.
Something's about to go down, Mara.
Comfort doesn't play very often. That's why we're making a
Okay.
gate. Oh my god! Although I start feeling tired, even after doing what could be described as on the level of a brisk jog at best, Misha and I eventually make it to the gate of the school with a little over 10 minutes to spare.
I didn't even want to really come to this part of the school, you know. I didn't have a choice. When I got to this gate, I'm sure a part of me was thinking, what a depressing place. It doesn't look depressing at all, though. Well, I still thought I had everything figured out. I felt practically like another person. If I could, I'd go back and tell myself to stop thinking he can write everything off at a glance and acting like his life is already over and he can never have fun again.
The school grounds are still littered with quite a few people. It's lunchtime, so it's typical.
It is a waning crescent.
It's our witching hour is what it is.
Probably.
Yeah. This is correlated somehow. We'll check the whole.
This is where you and Shizune had me helping you put together 2 festivals. What a lot of hard work, I thought. I don't have time for this. When I look back on it, though, I didn't do all that much. I also didn't have anything better to do. I'd have just spent that time alone. Or with Genji, which is basically worse.
Considering it ends with him dead, yeah.
That's you.
Oh, yeah, that is me. I drag her to her homeroom next, which is empty except for Muto trying to eat a sandwich before classes resume.
Every time I thought of either of you, I wished you would leave me alone. Whether it was here or...
I like to imagine Muto's just sitting there listening to Hisao waxing poetic. Leaving Muto to his lunch, we head for the nearby vending machine, and I grab a soda while I still have 5 minutes to drink it. I spent an entire lunch period with Misha, longer than both Shiz and I have managed to find to talk to her in days.
Following me to the cafeteria, or trying to corner me after half my classes. I never realized we only talked like 4 times. It really was all in my head. I only barely realized it now. These motherfuckers. Priest, you
I
better do
remember
this 'cause
that,
I'm not.
John. But I know where all these places are too.
Wait, no. Let me finish my guided tour. Since we're running out of time, by the way, do you want a soda?
Making our way to the stairwell, I'm glad that I don't have to pull her by the hand anymore.
You get dizzy on stairs, right?
Yeah?
I guess just here is good enough then.
Is he on stairs? Excuse me?
Yeah,
I
look,
don't
there's
know.
the banisters.
I just noticed the cardboard boxes to the side.
I thought that was the wall.
No, those are
I
just
did too for the longest time, but no, it's boxes.
They're TVs.
How do you know that?
I don't.
How'd you
Yeah.
find out about that information?
I thought you were like a box
Oh, thank
expert for a
Christian.
second.
How
I
do
got
you know?
excited.
Expert.
What are you
not
telling us?
It looks
It was
like a TV
classified.
box. It could be canvas or something. I don't know.
Rin.
Written in a box?
For a moment.
I meant the boxes are fur rins, but sure.
You know, like the canvas.
I lean against the wall as Misha sits down on the steps across from me.
You ever miss the people you went to school with in elementary school or middle school? I know I don't.
No.
That was fast. You didn't even have to think about it. I find myself cringing reflexively.
I had more fun in my old school. But I don't talk to them
Beamer.
anymore. It almost feels like that was another lifetime ago. Which is sad, really. Sometimes I want to talk to them again, but I know I can't. I'm scared, embarrassed, things like that. They're too far away for me to go and see them, and I think about calling them, but I know most of their numbers. And I left on a sour note, so why would they want to see me again anyway? It feels like I should just try to forget about it. I still think about it anyway and regret that I didn't try harder to stay in touch somehow. And I start to think that maybe feeling like I should forget about it is wrong. It would be an insult to all those people I had fun with and waste all of the good times together. Like I said before, even if there are some bad times too, it's alright if you can look back on them as happy memories. But I didn't even think about it then. So it was like I woke up one day and realized that I had no friends. I just let myself lose all my friends and it felt awful. I'd really hate it if you and Shizune ended up the same way. That's all.
Is your disability that you won't shut the fuck up? That's all.
Someone needs to clip that. It makes me sad to think that you'll do the same thing and push away your friend, especially because you're not far from Shizune. I mean, you even live in the same dorm.
Friend. Aren't you my friend too, Hee-chan?
Yeah. You slept through all of it, but the fireworks were really nice way back at the festival. My first time seeing fireworks like that, and my first time really seeing the sky in a while. And I'd never really looked at the stars before then either.
I'd thumbed through a book about them while I was in the hospital, though, and learned a lot. Like that stars aren't just burning, they're more like a constant chain of explosions so far away that some of the stars I'd be seeing would have been burnt out for thousands of years already. Thousands is a low number, my friend. It's that their light would only just be reaching Earth. I saw a mock-up comparing the size of the planet to our sun, and then that to other suns. Japan wasn't even visible on the tiny Earth in that book.
You know what I never realized?
She looks at me expectantly.
Hisao, are you having a stroke?
Where are you going with this, Hisao?
They're amazingly shiny.
Okay, and
It's true. Oh shit!
why are you doing this, Heatron?
Doing what?
I'm not stupid.
I don't know. Bunch of reasons. Oh my god. Because you're Shizune's friend? And I liked how close you were? And maybe I'm trying to tell you that we all have our low points, but giving up is stupid? Anyways, it seems worth the trouble.
I love this session so far. We are all so vitriolic and spiteful.
It is very strange.
They are in Japan, Pumpkin. This was made by an English team, but they are in fact in Japan, canonically.
That's
Yeah.
the only reason?
And you're my friend.
That's it?
Can't I just do something for no reason?
You can, but I want to know.
What else do you want to hear?
The bell rings before Misha can reply, so she ends up laughing instead.
Okay. All right.
Do 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 do
We came in late, but we came together.
So the Bush
wait,
Cheney
what's going on
2004 shirt, we still don't know, Pumpkin. We still
You should
don't
buy
know.
one.
We're still a little lost on that one.
We all need to buy
This
one
game
and meet up.
Also,
No.
did not come out until 2012.
That's the best part. Da 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 da
I've been thrifting
Oh,
at some type of store.
Sorry, I started singing the
Yeah,
domestic girlfriend opening.
But why?
Me?
Had to be done.
Oh, there we go.
God told him.
Figured it out.
Didn't have to be done.
What?
Yeah.
Why
Huh?
not sing
I don't know what we're
Chainsaw
talking
Man
about.
open?
What are we talking? Why did we stop? What are we talking about?
I don't know. You're the one reading.
Why did you sing Amori?
I wasn't singing Amori.
You said it was the domestic girlfriend theme.
Oh,
What song from Amori would that have been?
I don't know. He said it sounded like he was saying Amori when he sung it.
I have an idea, guys.
Whatever.
Let's keep reading.
I
Let's
see
just,
less
whatever
of
that
Misha.
was, put it behind us.
I see less of Misha in the following days, but I don't worry because when I do see her, she looks a little bit more like her old self each time. Once it's clear enough that I don't have to be afraid of it being my wishful thinking coloring my perceptions, I start to relax again. I wake up very early and feeling sick on Sunday. I went to sleep too early last night, too. Something's also wrong with my curtains, and they won't close completely. Because of that, I can't even attempt to go back to sleep. The sun hits me in the eyes every time. I'm sure this is probably why I woke up so early this morning as well. Christ. Being this sick and tired is a perfect storm of frustration. I'm almost glad when there's a knock on the door.
If it's Kenji, I swear to God!
You ask and you shall receive!
Oh,
You brought this upon us! I hope you know that you are like way off the beat on my end.
Oh, fuck. I give up.
It's a familiar person holding an almost empty... Empty? Where did I get that word from? It's a familiar person holding an almost completely
He
eaten
hollowed it
apple in
out.
his hand.
Kenji.
Taking one last bite, he attempts to shoot it into my trash can and misses completely. And it smashes apart on the wall 2 meters too high.
It's impressive how bad you are at basketball, Kenji.
Hisao, more and more I am realizing that you are not ballin'. That's an actual quote. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah, him saying that while in that pose it's iconic. It's something that should be on GQ magazine.
To be fair, most of the pieces afterward do manage to fall into the trash can, but I'm pretty sure no one is so brazen that they would be aiming to do something like this on purpose. Yeah, I kind of figured it was something like that, Pumpkin.
perfect shot. What's up, roomie?
I'm not your roomie. We don't live in the same room.
I can arrange.
I can arrange this.
It doesn't matter.
It does. You should at least know the difference between living in the same building and living in the same room.
I need to use your room.
Why? For what?
I messed up. I should have said absolutely not.
The student council keeps delivering my mail, even though I asked them to put it in my locker or something. They keep putting it under my door, delivering my mail without me noticing it. So today I'm lying in wait to catch them in the act, like a detective or a safari hunter. I need to chill in your room for today and look through the little peephole, or I won't be able to catch them in the act. And maybe tomorrow, too. It'll be awesome. We'll get pizza on both days. Should we get pizza on just one day and something else on the other day? But what? And which day is pizza day?
Not today. Never. You know, I'm in the student council. Why didn't you just ask me about this?
If he had, I would have been able to find out very easily and wouldn't have had Kenji in my room. It's a win-win, except I guess this way he might be able to get a pizza out of me. I started thinking that maybe this was Kenji's intention. But no, I doubt it. There's no way he could plan something that elaborate.
You know?
When they deliver mail? Well, no, they just hand me my mail when I go to the student council usually. The point is, I could find out by asking them. Then I'd know and I could tell you. That's how people find out things, by asking.
Not the caveman. Yeah, no response to that, right? Checkmate.
Use your own peephole.
What if they see me? It's a peephole.
They can't. It's how peepholes work. It's like a one-way glass.
For real? Well, no way. They'll be expecting me to be in my room anyway. They'll sense my presence and know I'm here there. They'd never expect me to actually be in the room across the hall.
I'm going to go to the student council room and go get your mail for you. Right now.
Is this helping with the illness? Or making it worse? Then I guess I can't let you
Probably
leave.
making it worse.
Push him over.
That's dumb. What if I have to take a shit?
Your games won't work on me.
I sit down
You're
at
a
my
big
desk
boy,
and
hold
start
it in.
doing homework for the weekend.
You know, you're going to have to leave eventually, so you can't stay here forever. Or keep me here forever. I mean, this is my room to begin with.
Oh, he's actually in. Why? Yeah, I don't think I can. What time's the mail usually come?
Now.
Why are women so slow?
Please leave. Why do you care so much about the mail anyway? Are you expecting something?
Yeah, so delivery of... Well, you can't know he's out. It's alcohol. I'm always expecting something. Not today, though.
Do you want them to send something? Do you even send mail?
Nope. That's how they get you. I haven't used the mail since I was 8. Sent a letter to Lego asking them to make Dragon Ball Legos. They said they couldn't get the rights and gave me some coupons. Totally worth it, but after that I made sure to stay off the radar. You don't use mail, do you?
I wrote to my parents last week.
But that's how they get you.
My parents. Yes, I should have known. Maybe that's why they put that microchip in me the next day.
So, the rumors were true.
I'd like to know what rumor mill he got that from.
I would like him even more to leave my room. I was kidding. It's a joke.
Are you so sure, Hisao? Joke. Damn. Why would you joke on me? Are you a joke on me? I guess this is how it feels. To have jokes cracked on. Like a frying pan before one makes eggs. I never thought it'd happen to me. This is a serious issue. Man, I think you are not appreciating the depths of my dilemma.
What dilemma?
To work in many acts. Complicated acts with many players. It's really hard, okay? After I'm done, I'm gonna eat a whole fish to celebrate. Ah, shoot. I wanted a pizza, though. Still want pizza. They gotta have fish on pizza. Do they do that now?
You can put anchovies on top of pizza. Trust me, though, it tastes disgusting. I would know, having worked at a pizza place. They are really, really salty. Like, so salty the pizza becomes almost inedible.
Oh my god.
I know Kenji's disability is visual, but it does not seem like that. Fun trivia fact. This academy explicitly does not accept students with mental disabilities, specifically because they're trying to focus on the sort of physical therapy and accommodating people with physical disabilities. Mm-hmm. So it's almost exclusively for people with physical disabilities.
Yeah.
Misha having a mental disability is completely coincidental. You're going to be paying for it. You still haven't paid me back, and I'm not hungry right now anyway.
In the mood for pizza? That's not possible, son. Everyone's always in the mood for pizza. It's gotta be pizza anyway. I'm in the pizza stage of my life. Before I was in an ice cream stage, but my girlfriend kept eating all the strawberry out of my Neapolitan. Oh wait, Neapolitan.
Yes.
It'll probably happen to you too.
I'm entering my pizza era. I'm getting real pizza pilled this year.
Pizza's a good food.
I'm in my pizza era.
Yamaku actually accepts people without disabilities, so you can choose to attend this school even if you don't have a physical disability.
Yep.
But they specifically don't do anything to cater to people with mental disabilities.
And tuition is expensive.
And also, yeah, Misha entered to become a sign language teacher for practice. Not because she had any specific disability or anything.
It's hard to tell if he's serious half the time. I can only see his expression when he's not nose deep in my door.
Whiskers.
Not Whiskers, it's Murat.
Sorry.
Oh, I thought...
No, my microphone is muted, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Oh no.
I doubt that. Hey, you do know that I have a girlfriend, right? Not a Wanako either. The student council president, actually.
What the fuck? Pumpkin, why would you say that?
Oh, is it cursed? I gotta take a look at it.
I gotta see.
Oh.
We're just traumatizing CD this stream, apparently.
Uh-oh.
Whiskers could read, you'd be traumatized too.
Well, oh shoot, yeah, no, oh fudge. Old news.
What? Seriously?
I have
For
ears
real?
everywhere.
For real?
I have my sources. Anyway, it had dawned on me that I'd gotten fat from all that ice cream. It was a rude awakening. Like sleeping on a beach and getting hit by a wave that destroys your sandcastle. I started running. Had to lose the pounds. But maybe I was really running away from myself.
A sudden and continuous knocking causes him to leap backwards, far enough to hit the wall all the way behind him. I take the opportunity to walk over and open the door.
It would be funny if he like shoves Kenji out the window like, I'm not having you in my room when anyone else comes over.
Good morning, gentlemen. How do we feel this fine day?
I hear if you salt the doorway, they can't enter uninvited. It's funny, I put down salt right now. And
I'm not
you
gonna
still
put
need it.
salt in my doorway, and you're mixing two urban legends.
But you're considering it. Good. Put it on your windowsill. Stop the assassins.
Spoken. Good morning. Are you here to deliver the mail?
Spoken? Nodding, Shizune waves a couple of envelopes between our faces. I take them from her, freeing up her hands for conversation.
How did you know? How did you know?
You were hiding it behind your back in a really obvious way.
Hiding what?
The mail!
I love how it goes back and forth.
It's okay. I wasn't trying very hard to hide it in the first place.
That's not like you. You're the type of person who'd go anything worth trying is worth trying hard.
Girls taking initiative? And what about me? I've been using that phrase for years. Where's my parade, dog? What? I spit literally gold and you women just steal it and wear it out like a 2-for-1 sundress. You're all the Picard to my Kirk. Or you could even be Janeway.
Was that a freaking
this
Star
Star
Trek Voyager reference?
Yes, it was. Is
They went
anyone
as far.
surprised
They
Kenji
went as
watched
far
it?
as referencing Voyager.
Alright, Caprese, that's a change.
What?
What?
Icons.
New profile pic.
Oh, did Priest?
Yeah.
Default TF2 shotgun with yellow
Oh,
towers
yeah.
coming out from behind.
Aw. I missed
Banger.
Misha already.
I miss Misha already.
I'll have to come
Wait,
up with a new
combine the
Misha
two.
photo.
Combine the two
Whoa,
Misha
yes,
with the
yes, yes,
TF2
yes.
shotgun.
Put
my
Misha
gosh.
with the shotgun.
That's what I'm doing.
Not all the time. Are you fucking making fun of me?
I'm stating the truth.
Finally noticing Kenji, she gives him a wave.
Hey Genji, the student council president says hi.
Aye.
Introduce me. I have no idea what he was saying, but it looked confident.
Oh yes, no one is better at saying stuff like that kind of stuff confidently.
I already did. I even introduced you by title. This is Kenji. He's the guy across the hall. His room is right behind you. Anyways, do you have his mail too?
You know, I'm only delivering your mail because it was there. I have early access. It's all about location. Consider it a perk of being in the student council.
That doesn't sound very fair. She takes a lot of liberties with her position. At least they're small ones. Yeah, CD, I kind of feel like you should. We've half of us have Katawa Shoujo PFPs at this point.
Yeah. Anyways, this is the first time I've really been able to see your room.
It's a blatant lie, or she'd have signed it much faster. I'm sure Shizune remembers that it's not the first time.
Why does he get to see your room when I can't? Is it a guy thing?
No, it's an intruder thing.
Not a secret club being a guy.
It should be, with rings. Rings with big-ass emblems. And gold.
Are you sure? Are you really sure? I always thought that there was a secret brotherhood of men.
Oh god, it's spreading.
Oh no.
What? Oh,
She's thinking Kenji-wise, but opposite. This is not okay.
that marks 2 people who had a 2+ year-long profile streak ended by this game.
Wait, for real?
It'll be a third if I
I'm
change
with you.
because
Oh,
I'm
wait,
also
I need to see
in
this
that
first.
club.
I legitimately.
Oh,
Wait, no, I
maybe.
have seen it. Why am I?
All Priest changes his profile pretty often.
Oh
but-
yeah, I like that one.
Yeah.
I've
Leo,
had this
you
son
Your
ever
old one
since
is
I
Oh,
joined
wait,
the
yeah.
Vampires.
you also changed your profile picture.
Okay, very quick. Why is she ignoring me? Let me tell her about the guy club. Also, what's up with the hand signals? Is she trying to hex me or something?
She's deaf.
Ableism.
No, stay out of this. I'll have to
Get
translate
out of
anything
my
you say
room.
to her, and I'm not sure if I could even handle it. And she'll probably misunderstand it, and then you'll probably misunderstand the reply, and I'll have to translate your rebuttal.
Rebuttal? Why would I rebut? I like my butt. What?
Well, what's he saying?
You don't want
Gibberish.
to know.
He says he has no rebuttal.
Rebuttal to what? I haven't even begun to challenge him yet.
So you're
I
thinking
don't
of it.
like the way she put that.
Yes.
So it appears she wants to, but about what? It doesn't matter since it wouldn't end well.
Don't pick fights where there are none.
100% she challenged him to who can go the longest without their glasses. I've never met your friends. Why can't I? Looks like he's being passionate?
I suppose with the way he's flailing around, it would be stupid to expect Shizune to think otherwise. Anyway, I'd better change the subject. Not that it would likely work on her, but I'm sure that she has to have come here for a reason other than just to drop my mail off. If it was something that tiny, she wouldn't have even bothered knocking.
You didn't come here just to give me my mail or chat on my friends, did you?
Shizune snaps her finger and mocks frustration. It's as cringe-inducingly loud as ever.
You're right. Let's go somewhere again.
You have somewhere in mind already?
I do. You're right again. Let's go to the usual place.
She whips out a bag of neatly wrapped containers from just outside of the doorframe. I'm guessing they're filled with food, and this time it doesn't look store-bought. Setting it down between her feet, she continues.
Is that for me?
That was a real surprise, see?
You shut up, Kenji.
I have to have something over everyone at the end.
I agree, in the way people normally do when someone makes a statement in front of them that tells them more than they meant to tell.
Well, fine. If you're both going to marry me, I'm out of here. So cruel. You'll regret this. We got rid of it!
Whoa!
So much better.
Not long afterwards, we find ourselves on the school roof. What art style is this?
This, I genuinely don't recognize.
I'm gonna go ahead and mark off
I
brand new art
recognize the
style
face.
anyways.
The two faces are done by two different artists.
Hisao's
Unless
eyes are
they
a little
just-
bit far apart.
They really
a
are.
little far
He
apart. And
his
nose
face
is a
just,
little down low.
his face. Oh my god! Every time I look at his face, it gets worse.
Yeah.
He
I
looks
gotta
like
stop
that
looking
one
at that.
lizard man drawing.
Every piece of his face looks like it's on a different paint layer.
Eh.
Not long afterwards, we find ourselves on the school roof. Is it normally deserted at a time like this, on a nice day like this on the weekend? No, of course not. I can only think that it's because of Shizune. Not that clearing out a roof would require anything more than posting a sign on the door. The empty plastic containers Shizune had packed our meal in lie next to me. It was another quiet meal, since holding chopsticks prevents us from saying much to each other. While it's not blowing hard enough to be a problem, the wind is a little strong today. It blows the plastic bag loose from under the empty containers. Oh boy. So it whips around for a bit before rolling over my legs and getting caught on the ship? The tip of Shizune's shoe. Immediately, she grabs it and starts signing, not looking happy that I'm laughing at her, even though she's trying not to let out a laugh herself. With the bag in the way, however, she has to eventually sit on it to continue.
Very funny. How was it?
Oh, whoops. My bad. I don't know why I thought that was me.
It's like,
1 second.
What do I know?
Okay. The
Your
food?
voice holding up?
It's going. I've stopped cracking
It
as
seemed
much.
like it.
The
It wasn't
food?
Too bad, but...
It tasted familiar.
that means it was. Wait. Wait. It was. Fuck. That means it was bad. Sorry, I got the losing the voice definitely.
Maniacal swearing.
No. I remember eating this exact meal before when you made it.
Not exactly the same. The fried shrimp was new.
Are you telling me a shrimp fried this rice?
Fucking every bloody time. Every fucking time.
Well, it's the only thing I know how to make, but I should have.
How many times have you made it before?
Like 4? I don't fucking know. How many pieces of bread have you eaten in your life?
Hmm?
Oh, wait, I remember. This is the second time.
Making this particular meal?
Cooking.
At
Oh,
all?
that's cute. Next time, it's your turn to try it.
I'm sorry, but there is so much going on in this art that it's hard to keep focus.
3 pairs of eyebrows, depending on how you look at Shizune.
Oh my god.
One of Shizune's eyes is higher than the other one. Her face is not drawn like it's facing forward, it's drawn like it's facing slightly to the right.
I get
Her,
it, it's hard to
her
draw,
shirt
but
is slightly
guys,
contorted to make you think that it's off-center, but it's not. I don't even know what's going on with her arms, but something just seems unnatural about them.
He says eyes are above his ears.
Did you notice that? That's so bad. That's so bad. How do you...
You guys have no idea what I just did.
What have you done?
Oh, check the stream.
Oh boy.
The way she keeps tugging on the corner of the bag is bothering me. I think I know why she's doing it.
Is it really bugging you that much?
I want to pack them up properly.
Hisao looks like he's about to blink sideways.
Look at the fucking stream. The actual Twitch stream.
No, I know, I saw it.
Okay, cool.
It's okay, I'll get them. Yee.
As I'm picking them up, I realize she must have brought a lot of food to be able to fill all these containers. I didn't even eat much. Shizune must have some metabolism in order to pack all that away. Hold on, I've got an idea. I'm gonna just open this up real quick, and then at some point I can go back through and get a screenshot of that.
Also, what is happening with Hisao's... Okay, whatever.
We don't have to see it anymore, guys, don't worry.
Thank God.
Even though I've only been up for a second, it's long enough to stupidly trip over my own feet. Barely managing to break my fall, I end up landing on my elbows and knees right next to Shizune's lap. As I pull myself back up, hand gingerly held on my chest, all I can think about is how my knees hurt and how this fall could have killed me. I feel nauseous. Shizune gives a helpful push on my shoulder to help me upright, though I notice her eyeing me oddly. Unfortunately, even a light shove is enough to take me by surprise.
You okay?
I nod, but we don't return to sitting beside each other. Naturally, being alone with Shizune is going to involve a lot of silence, but I only start to notice it now. The typical sign of awkwardness. Again, she's the one to break the ice.
I was expecting you to try something dirty.
Dot.
Wait, why are the anime tropes showing up now?
I have no idea what's happening.
And now the mood is back to awkward.
How's Misha?
Way to completely redirect the conversation, dude.
Hey, just gonna fucking ignore me? Yet a lady offers you a fucking moment of your time and you say no? Okay, Jesus. Anyways, Misha seems happier now. Back to her old self. I thought this would be a good way to celebrate and to thank you for helping her.
Her hand stumbles for a bit on the last word.
You think too much like a businesswoman.
I can't help it. It's how I've been taught to do things.
Fucking Jigoro.
Jigoro. It makes me happy that you're asking about Misha. It would be more accurate to say, back to her real self. She would only be back to her old self to you. The Misha you know is completely different from the one I think of. When I think of the first time we met, even though I think she looks better cheerful and smiling, that isn't how she typically is. I wonder if it's true for you, too.
I don't answer.
Well, if Misha's happy, then it doesn't matter. If it worked out in the end... Oh, whoops. If it worked out in the end, your plan worked. You knew her just as well as you said. You knew everything she would say. If your idea was just that I'd speak for you, though, doesn't that just make me your puppet? I didn't do anything then.
Not true. It was your idea first. I was wrong. I have a way of seeing things that is very flawed. Now that I've thought about it, I'm sure you know. Sometimes, I treat everything like a competition between myself and everyone else, even when it doesn't make sense to.
Sometimes?
I know very well how easy it is to ignore someone if they can only communicate with you through sign. I should have asked for help, but I was so sure I could do it on my own.
Oh my
It was
god.
actually a brave thing you did, even if you won't take credit for it.
Guys.
What?
No?
Yeah.
Guys, he did it. CD changed his profile picture.
Oh no.
Another one has fallen.
Oh no.
One
You
of
can't
us.
keep getting away with it!
One of
Don't
them.
ask about the
One of
profile
them.
picture. Peer pressure is a powerful force.
Whoa, what the hell?
As the days go by, realize more and more that you are not balling.
Hisao and Nakai will never be balling.
Aside from that, you've really become kind of admirable lately.
This is untrue.
This is objectively false.
This is fake news.
Even I don't believe in this.
It's strange having her
told you to say
compliment
that.
me when her facial expression hasn't changed in the slightest.
Because I'm lying my ass off. But people don't change so easily, according to you. Am I right?
She winks, clearly enjoying herself very much.
Misha tell you something?
Almost everything.
Oh, whatever. I guess you're gonna tell me that I'm wrong about that, aren't you?
Yes and no. I'm the one who told Misha that before anyone else. But she took it too far and changed the meaning. It's not easy, but she acts like that makes it impossible. It's possible, if you go little by little. I'm considering trying to be less competitive.
I thought you enjoyed that, though.
Maybe just a little. That's why I specifically used less.
She leans against the fence. I have things I want to say to her, but it doesn't seem like the right time for it, somehow. It's a feeling I have. I can tell she isn't done just yet.
A lot of people think I try too hard. Well, I've always thought that I try just enough.
The sound the fence makes as she pushes against it, and the delicate clink of her sleeve button scraping against the links are oddly soothing. So is the breeze gently picking up behind me. I can hear people below us. Shizune's eyes dart below us as well, and I wonder if she still thinks about what she might be missing out on. The attention-grabbing way she tends to snap her fingers proves she has an understanding of how other people perceive sound. It must be odd being able to understand that much, but unable to experience it yourself. She starts walking slowly around the perimeter of the roof, still scraping her buttons against the fence. It isn't rhythmic at all, though not for a lack of trying. I sort of zone out in thought while she does, and am rudely snapped out of it when she circles around completely and taps me on the shoulder.
Do you remember what we were talking about?
When? Now? Of course, it just happened.
In almost 10 minutes, Hisao. When I first saw you, you seemed like you were very attached to the idea of feeling sorry for yourself.
That stings.
You were kind of just a complete loser.
That stings, even if it is true.
Sorry. It made me want to cheer you up at first sight. I was scared that you would be for nothing, though. I couldn't help but thinking it would be hard to change your mind.
You know, this line specifically makes me wonder how she specifically would have reacted to Hisao's passing
Kenji ending?
in the Kenji ending.
Oh, yeah.
It depends as well, though, in that situation, how much
could-
information was leaked.
Oh, 100%.
Like, if Kenji was identified as the...
100% Kenji's getting away with it. He'll idiot Savon his
true.
way back to his dorm with proof he never left.
He'll idiots. He really would, though. Kenji's absolutely getting away with it. It will look like he got sad, started substance abusing, and then leaned too hard.
And the worst part is there's motive, because he was in a hospital for months.
Kenji would get away with it.
Kenji would 100% get away with it.
No,
But he
Kenji
rolled his
prepared a
eyes
fake alibi for that night. Kenji knew what he was doing.
Oh my god.
It runs so deep.
The plot thickens.
Shit, I have a lunch. Sorry, I was grabbing some beer.
I'm gonna go ahead and mark off someone missed their turn.
Okay, my bad.
Not because it
Happened like
hasn't
7
happened
times.
before, but because this is the
But
first
you-
time I've been conscious of it.
Yeah. But you did. I thought that was very surprising. And also that you might be kind of easily influenced. Still, I was surprised. It made me reconsider a lot of things. Like that maybe everything was worth it in the end.
Everything.
That's why I like you.
I see.
It's nice to finally know.
All right, boys. 3 more. We got less than an hour. We got less than 45 minutes.
One
We
of
can
them's
do
an
it.
H scene, so we'll be skipping over most of it.
Hell yeah! What the? Okay.
Hopefully I don't have any lines. I'll be gone for like 30 seconds, but you guys continue.
And remember, why would you have lines? And remember, you have to take this job seriously. Too many people think you can just slack off and that it isn't important. That is a dangerous way of thinking.
Where is she?
Definitely. You can't take it too seriously. If you aren't always thinking big, thinking positive, and if you show any signs of weakness, people will start to think you're incompetent, you know? And soon, you won't be able to do anything because your power is going to be delegated off to others piece by piece, and you'll be left with nothing. That's what happened last time. So, remember, it may seem like an easy job, but a lot of carnage can happen in this room. And out of it, dealing with school staff too. Even trying to get a budget report from a class rep can be a fight to the death. Sometimes.
Yeah, it's kill or be killed. There are no friends in the pits and you take no prisoners. Are you sure about this? Is this alright?
You don't seem excited enough. I have to make sure it's going through properly. Once more, with feeling.
Shizune twirls her
Whoa.
hands like a maestro for emphasis, visibly intimidating the two girls standing at attention in front of us. To think all this started because one of them asked if she wasn't taking her job too seriously.
I left for 30 seconds and there's new characters. What?
Do you understand?
Do you understand? Pretend I'm shouting it.
Who's voicing Aoi?
Oh, okay.
Aoi.
Aoi Minase, my least favorite visual novel protagonist.
This is what?
No,
What's
don't
wrong
worry.
with her?
No, it's the protagonist of If My Heart Had Wings is also named Aoi.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
I don't think she canonically has a last name.
Okay. Ugh. The student council is so weird.
yes,
Do
sir.
throw this, but I can
There you
fuck.
go.
Alright, that works.
Yes, sir! Oh, I can't do a higher voice.
Don't.
Anyway.
That will absolutely. You won't be able
Misha
to talk tomorrow if
enthuses.
you do.
Sir? Who are you guys talking to, anyway?
It's not weird. You have to think of it as a job if you want. You have to think of it as a job. If you want, think of it like they are paying you with the right to use this great office.
Want another lecture?
No.
You can go now.
Just like
They
that,
quit
the
immediately.
hour-long student council orientation is over. Personally, I thought it was about 50 minutes too long, and also found it funny that it incorporated a tour of the school that we have all been going to for a while. But I guess it didn't hurt. I expect Shizune to fall back into her chair since she's been on edge all day, but she doesn't. She continues pacing the room restlessly.
They still have a long way to go. Right now, they're a joke.
That's how all people start using it.
You ever seen a baby?
Eh?
Yeah.
What?
They think
So
they can
many
be the new
fucking
student
random
council.
sounds were just made.
They think that they can be the new student council? They're so unfocused. You can really see the lack of experience. This was our best year yet. I don't think they have what it takes to be our follow-up act. And I know there are more than those two girls. Where are they? They're like the heavily marketed but mediocre, big-budget, critically planned sequel to the acclaimed low-budget sleeper hit. Is this also a Star Trek reference?
Eventually, she does stop and sit down.
Are you gonna miss it?
Obviously.
I'd be happier if I didn't have to leave, too. I like being in the student council, even if it can be tiring, too.
Yeah, it's definitely tiring.
Only because Shi-chan is always trying to do more than she has to.
He-chan, it's
You're
your
forgetting that if I did the bare minimum, we wouldn't do anything all year except hand out flyers, collect surveys, and plan the next student council election so the next student council can sit around for another year doing nothing. Asking me to let that happen? Don't be ridiculous. In a student council like that, there wouldn't even be any power to play around with. I'm just happy that even though I clearly need to ride them harder, those two aren't bad. Not there yet, but the new student council should be in good hands.
How can you tell?
After the festival, they asked me if we could organize a Halloween event, like a haunted house or something along those lines. They had a bunch of other ideas as well. Of course, my response was no. I had Misha tell them to do it themselves if they wanted to so badly. They were angry for some reason.
I wonder fucking why. I wonder why, Shizune.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thunk?
Wahahaha, you were kind of mean to those people, Shizune.
Systematic bullying.
Precy.
Of course they'd be angry if you said that.
And Misha delivering the message wouldn't help.
I was angry too. All of a sudden, they want so much. If they wanted a haunted house or a traditional style cafe or a trip to the beach or whatever cliche thing, why didn't they try to organize it before? It was like they were taking advantage of me. I worked hard to organize those festivals. And in return, they came to me with, "That was nice, but can you do this now? How about doing this?" That's what I really want.
Shi-chan was wrong, though.
Right. They wanted to join the student council though so they could make it happen. I made them feel jealous, riled them up. That can be a kind of motivation too. The desire to do something great spreads, even if it's to show me up. They decided to take me up on the challenge nonetheless. I'm impressed. Well, for now. I'd have to see how it plays out a little longer in order to know for sure.
She snaps her fingers suddenly, which sends Misha almost bolting out of her seat. Interesting. I guess it is impossible to get used to.
That's right. We were going to have a party to celebrate passing the reins to the new student council, weren't we? Why not have that now? Or at least plan it now and have it tomorrow.
But they're not even in charge yet. In fact, that's the first thing you told them. You're not in charge yet. It seems premature.
That. Misha, what do you think?
Kowalski, analysis.
Kowalski, analysis.
I agree. It's too early. Plus, I don't think I could go anyway. Sorry. In fact, I was gonna leave right now.
Why not?
No comment.
Come on, tell me.
Well, okay.
Way to not crack under pressure, Misha.
I thought about it, and even if I didn't want to go, I would say yes. Usually. It's the kind of person I am. I really should stop doing that, and this is a good place to start, I think. If it's a celebration to say goodbye, I don't want it. It would be too sad. I want to do something else instead. After all, He-chan, you and Shi-chan will still be here tomorrow. It doesn't seem right. Besides, I have other school things I have to do today. I can't drop them just like that.
We can postpone it.
No. No early goodbyes.
She looks very firm as she says this.
Aren't you gonna go now, though?
Oh yeah, that's right. Wahahaha!
Girl boss. Girl boss.
Okay, besides now, no too early goodbyes, okay?
Hell, Riz.
Oh, Riz. We are not bringing that conversation thread back up.
Misha has W Riz on my heart, damn it.
Oh.
Okay, later.
Wait, Kane, did you say that line or did I just skip over it?
I said it.
Okay, cool. I feel like it kind of got lost.
Mm-hmm.
And I can go ahead and check off, did you read that on the bingo board?
This line was also read, so feel free to go forward.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, I was marking something off.
I know, it's okay.
With that, it's just Shizune and me left alone in the student council room. Did it just get weirdly blurry?
It turned to night.
No, like Shizune's outline looks blurry to me.
Weird.
Whatever. Sunset slowly changes to night as we sit in silence, both searching for something to say.
Would it really be that bad?
Yeah. Fuck. I'm sorry.
Well,
Yeah, I didn't think about it like
oh,
that, but Misha's right. Party set a mood, and it would be a sad one. A sad party doesn't sound like a whole lot of fun. Like a sad clown.
Why would it be sad?
Is that a trick question? I'm sure of it. Shizune's eyes pierce into mine, waiting for my answer with a detached, analytical stare that I haven't seen in a while. But it feels familiar anyway. I consider my answer carefully, but also what it means for her to ask me. It could be that Shizune finds it depressing as well. Or it could be that she doesn't understand why anyone would find it depressing. Both are equally plausible.
I had a thought that when you graduate, that's it. It's going to be the end of the student council. I was wondering if you had the same idea.
Oh good, so it's not just me, CD.
Yeah. Okay.
I know, I'm sorry, I was drinking water.
Good. Just curious.
Don't be stupid. I look forward to it. I won't be a student anymore, so the expectations are going to be completely different. People's expectations of me and my expectations about everything else. It seems exciting. As for the student council, it should be in good enough hands. I don't have anything to be sad about.
I don't think you're being honest. You looked upset about having to give the student council up for not no. You looked upset about having to give the student council up not even a few weeks ago. It wasn't about leaving it to a bunch of newbies either. It was having to stop doing student council work at all.
Unexpectedly, Shizune smiles.
So you're not disagreeing. And it doesn't make sense. Why would you want to have a party about it?
I'm trying to get over it. Besides, goodbye celebrations are very important. People say the first step is the most crucial, but following it through and finishing cleanly are just as important, right?
I guess that is true.
Anyways, I don't consider it goodbye, but it's still an event. You still have to go through the proper motions. Aren't you going to?
Aren't I going to what?
Kiss me, of course.
Is that the proper motions?
Yeah, would be normal, wouldn't it? It's a natural thing to do.
It's time to act decisively. If I don't, I'm sure my heart will explode. I kiss her immediately, so quickly that I don't even have time to enjoy it. Even though she was prepared for it, Shizune blushes a deep red. I feel a similar heat rising in my neck and cheeks. Oh yeah, boys. It's
Are we doing it here?
Is
Are
this
you
Romance
serious?
in Dante 1 or Romance in Dante 2? Also,
This is fucking... This is to become one. This is not Romance in a Dante.
Okay, you gotta understand. I don't listen to these
That
songs
jawline, though.
I know, I was just gonna say, damn, Hisao, look at that jawline.
Fucking jawline.
He looks like he just had like a whole round of plastic surgery.
Wait, is his jawline actually?
Oh
Look at his
damn!
face.
My notes say to put up the sensor now.
Yes.
Then you should do
Was that
that.
not obvious?
Damn, look at Hisao's cheeks as well.
yeah,
What
but
the
like.
fuck? Why are they drawn like that?
Wait, oh my god, his right cheek is like Hank Hill's ass, and his left cheek is just normal. Or like a Fortnite. It's like the left half is a Fortnite characters, and the right half is just like a muffin in his back pocket.
No, I know. It's just as long as
You're right.
Anyways, I move in for another kiss, but as I do, she moves backwards at the same time and impishly jumps onto the cabinet behind her. Alone in the total silence of the room, we just look at each other for a while. This
Do you
time,
want-
That's just weird.
Wait, can I attempt to do it again?
do you want to take over for this?
I'm gonna try.
All right,
You can
I'll
do the
relinquish
reverse.
narrator.
All right, Kane.
This time, he kisses me more deeply. My lips are light and dry, and open a tiny bit. She's only able to appreciate the sensation for a moment before I start kissing him back forcefully. My bangs brush against my closed eyelids as he lets himself sink deeper into my kiss. He can feel the shape of my body through my clothes, which only makes him hold me tighter because he's, I don't know, fucking weirdo. Anyways, it takes some effort for the both of us to draw back from each other. We're both blushing, both from the kiss and the thoughts of what's to come. He's far from the only one breathing a little heavier right now. I need water muscle.
All this sexy fun times are too much for Kane.
Understandable.
He got turned up, but my heart just got.
As I begin to take off his tie, he starts undoing my blouse. It takes a while to figure it out. He'd never really thought about how our school's blouses work before, fucking obviously. My blouse is a little tight on me, I will admit, and my arms get stuck for a moment because of it. He finds himself peeling off of me. What? Oh. He finds himself peeling it off of me. Although with the way I'm trying to wiggle out of it at the same time, it isn't easy. The sight is a little comical.
I'm just gonna, make absolutely certain. Okay, I have to check every time because it always goes, a half a step further than I think it's going to before it cuts to pufferfish. Or cuttlefish.
Now I'm thinking of the pufferfish eating a carrot.
Oh my god.
Oh. I said this.
Oh.
Crunch.
Well,
Good.
It always does go.
careful,
my
Hisao.
arms
I'm
are
in a
free.
public place.
Once
Imagine if someone.
By the way,
actually
Whiskers,
came
it's
and knocked
only
on the
going
door.
to get worse from here, so if you are going to avert your gaze, now is probably the time.
I was already doing that from the start of the scene, but
Oh my fucking god, Caprice's new profile pic.
Hold on. This
It is
deserves
Misha holding his
a
arms.
side. This deserves getting sidetracked.
I needed to do more clothes.
It's the. I don't know if you could tell it's the comfort Misha or reveal.
Yes.
That is some.
Oh my god.
excellent piece of work.
That's brilliant.
Once my arms are free, I slide out of my shirt. My skirt falls to the ground around my knees, and after it, I unhitch and work it off my legs. The only thing covering me now are my bra and panties. My figure is curvaceous and taut, and the healthy color of my skin contrasts with the black of my underwear. I've put a lot of thought into this. It's a wonderful sight, I know, especially against the background of the moonlight through the window. I look at his chest and work the buttons up his shirt one by one. The process is greatly slowed by his hands moving up and down between my thighs. It's a little amusing to play. Apparently, it's a little amusing to play with me like this.
Misha entering the room. Hey, I forgot my phone.
Oh god.
Eventually, finally, his shirt falls to the ground. Shizune, I surprise him by quickly pulling him in for a deep kiss without warning. But he quickly returned the gesture. Why are you bolder today than on the roof? Or in your room?
Do you want me to say this?
Okay. He tries to think of an answer, but it isn't easy. How would he be able to respond to that even if he could? There's no way, unless he were to say that bureaucracy really puts him in the mood. Which would be fucking weird. I think I'd break up with him. Anyways, I've been saying anyways a lot. His shirt having been disposed of, I quickly move on to his belt. He decides to help me undo it instead of answering my question. He doesn't think it would do much good at this point. It's not hard to get it off, and it falls to the ground with a metallic clunk. He moves in for another kiss and begins to slide his hand up my side. But I suddenly lurch forward, making him stumble backward. I fall over and I die because I have a heart attack and I die from fall heights.
Hisao fell from a high place.
The stiff edge of the table behind him was the furthest thing from his mind, until he felt it stabbing into his lower back. He hadn't even noticed it was there. Makes him grab me by a little tighter as we fall back onto the surface of the table.
Alright, look away if you don't want to see what comes next.
That's a great chinchilla.
It's such a good chinchilla.
Chinchilla moment.
Go back
Chinchilla
chest
moment.
fly.
Do you want me to take back over now?
That's up to you. I don't care.
Well, I'm asking if you think it's a good time.
Oh yeah, we're probably done. I mean, wait. No, we'll finish it off just in case. Exhausted, he leans back against a desk trying to regain his breath before putting his clothes back on. He notices a dull, hot throbbing in his chest as he buttons his shirt back up. Puts a bad aftertaste on everything that just happened.
Whoa.
Oh, wow. Okay. Was a lucky break that Misha couldn't be there, wasn't it?
Over.
No, I hope you guys
warned
know
me.
that after the catastrophe of Hanako's route, I went through and marked out exactly how long I have to censor every single one of these scenes.
Is the stream up for you guys? I can't tell if my browser's being slow or if Twitch is being weird or what.
Well, it's just Neko work, so...
Oh, well, no, there was a network error. Please try again. And when I click that, I'm now permanently refreshing. Anyways, it's whatever.
The
It was a lucky
stream's
break
still
that Misha couldn't be here, wasn't it?
up. Sure.
You're in an unusually joking mood today. Seriously, this is straight up pornography. Could you please not do this for any longer? I'm in a parking garage. There are
I'm
people
in a parking garage.
Read.
I wonder what she had to
Tab,
do.
Marok, Alt Tab. Oh wait.
I trace the air lazily with a finger and point to the door. Go see for yourself.
Is Misha here? Why don't you just tell me?
More interesting if you see for yourself. Seeing is believing.
Sure, clever. Maybe I will. What about you? Are you gonna stay here all day? It's getting late.
Feels like my last day as student council president. So maybe I'll sleep here tonight. Could be the last chance I have to sleep at my desk. Like after a long day of trying to meet a deadline.
That's weird. You're weird. I'll sleep in my bed.
Was that a reference?
I think we were
Maybe a
just
little
calling
bit.
her weird.
No, his cadence, though, reminded me of a Fate Stay Night abridged quote.
Hmm. Okay. Oh, I didn't say this line. Sleeping sitting up is a skill. A very useful one.
Right.
Alright, and that's as far as I have to censor. We can have video back.
He's not naked in the hallway? You sure?
He's just walking around.
God, I fucking hope not.
Got his shit
For a
out.
moment after I leave the room, I actually do considering what Misha's up to. Just because Shizune made it sound so secretive, as if she were building a time machine or something. But in the end, I decide not to. The night air is pleasant at this time of year. It's refreshing and a little humid, but not so chilly as to make it uncomfortable to stay outside for a while. It's late enough for the courtyard to be all but deserted, too. After Shizune and I said our farewells to each other, I'd set out to return to my dormitory room. I didn't even make it all the way there, though, before getting distracted. It doesn't seem like a bad idea to go see what Misha's up to. I have nothing better to do. No homework. I'm out of anything worth reading. On top of that, I simply want to know.
Oh my god.
This
I have a
isn't
bad
my first
feeling.
time being in the main building after hours, but usually it's as I'm leaving the place with Shizune and Misha after a long day at the student council, not entering it alone. The atmosphere is
home and
quiet,
take
a
a
word I
shower
would
with
not normally use to describe these halls. It's a little creepy. A light starts flickering up ahead. It seems like a horror movie waiting to happen. Feeling a hand on my shoulder, I
What was that
stiffen
sound
reflexively. It's not Misha, or else there would be hands clamped over my eyes and a sing-song Guess Who accompanying them. So, who is it? I hope it's not Kenji, or at least it's someone I know. Or this will take a turn for the weird. Whoever it is quickly slipped in front of me. It's Shizune.
What are you doing here?
I'm so relieved that I forget to sign it. Shizune puts a finger to her lips. I guess even though she can't hear me, she has some idea of what loudness is, and I can tell from my expression that I was being loud. And apparently, being loud isn't a good thing right now. But then, why is Misha her interpreter?
Oh, very funny. Why are you here?
I was waiting for you to come and see. I knew you'd show up. Took you a while, though.
You've been waiting here?
Yeah, but that isn't important. We have to be stealthy. If we don't want Misha to detect us. Tell me if I'm not being stealthy enough.
Hold on
okay?
a second. Okay.
Indeed, Misha.
Wait, hold on. Oh, okay. With that, Shizune starts slowly tiptoeing through the middle of the hall. I pat her on the shoulder to get her attention.
That's not stealthy. Why do we have to be stealthy?
She refuses to answer, probably because signing and walking stealthily at the same time doesn't look easy. Before I know it, we're in front of our homeroom.
Even in the dark, I can see it perfectly.
It haunts me. The outline is
Haunting us.
seared into my brain.
Hold on, we got the
it's-
sensor is put up.
It's in my retinas. I close my eyes and I see it.
I see it.
Burnt in.
Yeah.
There's no escaping. Fuck ugly Julius Caesar painting.
Suddenly, a sound like the crack of a whip pierces the air, followed by a familiar expression of frustration. I'm sure a sound like that isn't good for my heart. Not to mention, everything sounds about 1,000,000 times louder with how silent it is. It's coming from inside the room, and I slide up to Shizune to get a look inside. Sidle up. Sure. Oh, was I voicing this, Gyru?
I normally do, but I think we switch places for whatever reason.
Why did we
Looks
switch
weird.
places again?
Who the hell's this
Because
guy?
variety.
Oh wait, no,
wants
I think I took over. I think you took over because I was doing narration and whatever and
Do you
voice.
want
So
to take
I guess
back
I'll.
over now?
Sure, why not? Can you stop throwing your pencil, please? How do you even throw a pencil that loudly?
He looks very flustered.
What an understatement. I sympathize with Muto. I was able to hear Misha's pen break the sound barrier even through a wall in a thick classroom door. It probably blew out his eardrums and left an imprint on the wall.
Throwing it. When I get nervous, I like to spin it around. But then I forgot that I'm holding on to it. And
It doesn't. Oh god. It doesn't matter. Either way, there shouldn't be pencils flying around. I get enough of that during regular school hours. I don't need it after hours.
right, sorry.
I know, it is very different art style.
Yeah.
Whatever. Just stop throwing it or releasing or dropping things, please. Teachers have work too.
I notice Shizune is watching the same scene as I am. Musha is yelling at the top of his lungs, and Misha is being Misha. I can hear them reasonably well through the door, but Shizune obviously can't hear anything at all. So I wonder what watching this is like for her. She must
Couldn't
know,
care.
since she understands well enough to want me to see it too. But I have to wonder if she ever feels like she's missing out on something, having to work that much harder to understand what she's observing.
Looks like she's taking supplementary lessons. Is she?
I answer despite knowing the question is completely rhetorical.
Misha told me she really wants to be a sign language teacher in the future. If she can get a recommendation, she can study overseas for it. That's why she's working so hard. Her grades were always kind of on the low side.
Okay, I've got a quick question. Why would she need to study overseas? Sign language is generally specific to the country that you are in.
So
Or-
she can study it in. It's to know multiple types of sign language to be. My assumption is to learn multiple types of sign language to teach multiple types of sign language.
Maybe.
I guess.
Maybe.
I'm kind of curious.
I mean, that is quite
That's
literally
where we
the
find out that we are in fact in Amera, Japan.
Amera, Japan. All this time.
San Francisco.
America.
San Francisco.
San Francisco.
Oh my god. I'm dying. Now I feel guilty. I haven't even thought about what I'm gonna do yet.
Neither have I.
The cheerful way she signs it is so very unlike her and is very obviously false.
Let's get out of here. We don't want to be seen. It'd be a problem if we were caught standing out here like idiots.
Where? The student council room? Okay.
She fucking slips. Shaking her head, she slips into the classroom across the hall instead.
Great hiding place. Maybe Rin's here.
I would go giddy and would kick my legs up and down on my bed. You're unusually sarcastic lately. With the door closed, it's a good one. Anyway, wasn't it interesting?
Yes, but I'm not really surprised.
I close the door behind us, prompting Shizune to laugh soundlessly as she slides into a chair. For a second, it depresses me. I want to hear her real laugh.
I was. I've been looking down on Misha. I didn't think she had a goal at all. But it turns out I was wrong. I made a careless assumption. I thought Misha was as aimless as I was. I was stupid. I lost.
Innocence? Let's go. Shizune pauses to crack her knuckles, then unfolds her hands over each other and leans forward in her chair. It's the abnormal quiet of the build. In the abnormal quiet of the building, I can hear Muto yelling at Misha again, even across a hallway and through 2 doors. Shizune's eyes are locked on mine, unblinking behind the gleaming lenses of her glasses, observing my reaction to her words. This is a test. Her opinion of people is rarely formed from how they respond to questions. It's how they respond to statements that counts. In hindsight, it makes sense. Shizune's inability to speak, as well as just her personality in general, means that anything she says is a big commitment on her part. Everything. For that reason, I sometimes doubt she says anything without a hidden agenda behind it. That sounds remarkably paranoid. Even Kenji would think so. No, I don't think he would. I think he would welcome you as a brother in arms. Unfortunately, I'm so caught up in thinking about it that I forget to give her an answer. She takes it as there not being one. There was an invisible time limit to this test, shorter than usual.
Just as I thought.
What do you mean?
You don't agree?
Not really. It's not that. I don't get it.
I want to force my will on people.
How
Fuck does that mean?
refreshingly honest.
Hey, fun fact. 4 days ago, I unboxed an $80 Magic the Gathering card called Force of Will.
Ha, nice.
No.
Whoa, like just pulled it out of a pack?
Yeah, it's the most expensive card I
Yo.
own now.
That's
Whoa,
kind
how
of
much
cool.
does it cost?
$80.
Oh. I see.
That's
For
at
some
least
reason, I
3
thought you were referring to the
cheeseburgers.
box as $80.
Oh, no, geez. Eey. Don't give me a weird look like that. It's not like that was always my intention. At first, I was just bored. I wanted to see someone's passion for something. Then I could try and beat them. I wanted to test if their ability or their convictions. But it was impossible. No one has any passion for anything in this school. They just want to keep to themselves. I can't believe it. It's too boring that way. I thought that there was no way these drab people could be for real. It goes beyond not wanting to make waves. They had to have some interest. They had to be hiding something. I wanted to expose it, and reveal it and drag it out. One of the most successful ways to get people to open up to you and cheer them up is to open with a story about yourself. Then you ease them into telling you about themselves. It's like a give and take, but with an element of manipulation, which makes it interesting. Jesus Christ, robot. I can't do that. If I attempt to have Misha talk about me, for me, it makes me seem arrogant. The message has to go through a messenger. I'm standing next to Misha, telling her to tell something about me, telling her to tell someone about me. You don't have to be able to read sign language to see that. If we were forced to sit through that, you would think I would think I was arrogant too. I was frustrated. I couldn't figure out a way to have a conversation with anyone but Misha. No one would open up to me. I came to the conclusion that I can't make people confide in me or believe in me. I can only hope to create things and show them to people and hope they make them happy. Or I could be more forceful and hope it would eventually stick to someone.
I guess that would be me. Feels vaguely depressing.
Somewhere along the line, I think I started to ignore Misha or see her as less of a person or something like that. I took her for granted. I think would be the best way to put it. It was like she was just an extension of myself. I forgot that the whole time, Misha was there, opening up to me, giving 100% every day.
And that was the mute button. Oops.
I missed what I was looking for, because it was in plain sight. How stupid of me. I really did become arrogant. That's why I've lost. I'm more short-sighted than I was back then. I went in reverse.
She's pacing back and forth now, almost brooding, yet still filled with so much energy that she can't stand to stop moving. If you got her to hold 2 wires, I'm sure Shizune could power a light bulb. It's odd that I could have such a lighthearted thought when she's being so serious.
And in spite of that, Misha tells me that I'm her inspiration. Isn't that ridiculous? I'm not the kind of person who can inspire others. Even if a person who inspires you is flawed, it can be acceptable. I've thought about this. There is even acceptable hypocrisy. For instance, if your hero was an athlete, but unsportsmanlike, they could still be respected for their athletic ability, even if they had shortcomings as a person. However,
she snaps her fingers briskly. It sounds like a thunderclap in the empty room, and Shizune takes a few seconds to stretch her fingers. Come to think of it, this is the most she's ever signed.
if someone like me has no goals, it would be totally unacceptable. It would be the worst kind of hypocrisy. And hypocrites don't deserve responsibility over anything. They can't even manage themselves.
How incredibly pessimistic. Makes me angry to think about it. I would hate myself just a few months ago. This must be how I look to others. And funny enough, it was Shizune and Misha who convinced me to stop. Without them, I'm sure things would be much different, and not for the better. You'd be dead.
Not for the better for you.
For you specifically. Lately, I feel as though we pass around our miseries as much as we're supported by each other. But I think it just comes with the territory of having friends and being close to someone.
You're the leader anyway.
That's only because no one else wants to be.
But that means you still are, since people are putting their trust in you anyway. In fact, doesn't that make it more important? Either way, you are the leader. You are the inspirational figure, or whatever you want to call it. You're responsible for what you tame. I read that in a book somewhere.
Sun Tzu's The Art of War. That's clever.
Shizune only seems to show what she's feeling on her face when she wants to, but I don't think she's being sarcastic.
I don't want to tame anyone, though.
Being the leader and being looked up to, then. Same thing.
I never wanted to be the leader. It just ends up that way.
I don't believe that. All you do is try and grab more and more responsibility.
Wait. I wasn't going to tell you that I don't enjoy it. I don't care about being the leader, but I don't mind. I don't care about being the best, but I don't mind. You're right, though, about me wanting responsibility. Of course I want more responsibility. Having responsibility makes me feel alive. It's why I joined the student council. There's no pressure, I just can't stand it. Even so, I'm the leader. I always thought being the leader meant you give orders, but it really is more. It's about having a goal. If I don't have a goal, then it's pointless. People would only be following me for my own enjoyment. It would be selfish.
It's a strangely moral viewpoint for a person who seems to love one-upping others so much. Resting her chin on her tented fingers, Shizune looks disarmingly childish as she thinks hard about her problem. The expression on her face is a little comical because it's too obvious and therefore very unlike her.
It comes with the job. I think you'd have to be a leader. You wouldn't be satisfied with anything else. You would just get bored.
Shizune doesn't reply, but from her annoyed expression, I think I've guessed correctly.
I've been thinking that I need a little direction too.
You told that it's important to contribute to society.
What an unusual response. It's so out of nowhere that I don't know how to respond. And it also bothers me, though. I don't know why. Possibly because it doesn't seem like something that would come from her. So I start to think that it isn't Shizune's thought at all. I wonder who told her that. Well, it was probably her dad. But there is a chance that she came up with it on her own. If so, would it be because she can't hear?
Why do you say that?
Because
I don't believe it. I guess that's right, though.
I see. I don't know if it's the same for me. I hate it.
I think everyone wants a purpose. Looking back, it made sense that Shizune doesn't have one. All that energy would otherwise have been directed at something. Since she had nothing to channel it towards, Shizune lashed out in all directions. Reminds me of a drowned power line flailing in a storm. Furious and incandescent, but aimless and dangerous. Just like Shizune. I want to say that this is why she feels the need to turn everything into a competition, but that's probably just how she is. Having a goal to put that energy towards is just the next level.
How about this? We could go into business. My family's well connected, so it shouldn't be too hard. That comes off sounding a little unethical and nepotistic, doesn't it?
A little.
I won't coast, though. I'll work hard until I'm at the very apex. When I have as much money as possible, so much that it'll be like I won't know what to do with it, I'll move on to the next step. After sitting on it for a while, of course, like a fairy tale dragon.
You want to be...
A philanthropist. Tisk tisk. What were you thinking? That I want to be a miser? Well, it's true. It is a part of the plan, but don't sell me short and stop there, though.
Shizune looks uneasy. Of course, even if she did seem to resolve her problem quickly, no one can get over their anxieties that fast. No one can solve their problems that easily. The important thing is, it looks like she has her heart set on trying. It's still hard to tell whether that drive of hers comes from a good or bad place, but she has something to hold on to now. I can genuinely believe that she does. I'm happy for her, and at the same time, I feel a little cold. I'm the one who's behind. Now, I'm the only one without a goal.
Well, we have 2 scenes left, and it's midnight.
We have 1 scene left, actually.
Oh, shit.
We do?
Yes.
We skipped the entire H scene, and that was 1 scene.
Was it?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh. I did not know that.
Do we want to push for the final one? Are you
We
cool
have
with that, Mirage?
1 scene.
Let's do
I
it.
don't know. I'm just
How
making
long
sure
is it?
Mirage-
Alright, fair enough. I feel like if we came back to do a stream and we had 1 scene left.
Let's do it. I have to use the last burst of my strength.
I'll be right
Alright,
back.
quickly
Y'all
now,
start.
'cause this
I'm
could
peeing.
be a long one.
No.
Do I start reading?
Yeah, I guess you do.
There haven't been any further disruptions since that week. Of course, that's what I thought the week before that, and Shizune and Misha's sudden newfound clarity had left me feeling a little lost and envious. I thought there was no way I could rest easy at the time. But fortunately, nothing came of my worries. Then, before I knew it, there was enough to deal with in school that I even managed to put them off my mind. And still, everything was fine. I was wrong. I'd seen Shizune and Misha's carefully hidden vulnerabilities, but they were still strong. Now, we're going to be graduating soon. I've grown so comfortable here that it kind of crept up on me. When it did, I felt sad and didn't want to think about it, so I didn't, not until recently. About a week ago, I started making a list of people I thought I should say goodbye to before graduation. The first rule I laid out for myself was that I would try not to write them down in any kind of special order, like least important to most important. Somehow it ended up like that anyway, even though it also ended up being a shorter list than I expected it to be. Kenji is somewhere in the middle.
What? Wait, what? No, I don't have to be here. Why? Okay. They said I would have to graduate eventually. Well, I showed them. I've lived here rent-free for more than long enough. If you take into account the rising cost of land, I think you could say I've won in the end.
It really is Kenji's route.
Meh. No, you know what? I did win. History will acknowledge me as the victor.
The victor of what?
22 or something. I managed to stay out of sight and slip through the cracks. I beat the system.
If you put it that way, it sounds like you ran away from the system.
Sometimes running is the greatest form of victory, like in the Olympics.
I'm too tired to argue with him. Who's he kidding? Everyone knows the shot put is the best Olympic event in any case.
It's the most very clear self-insert from the author I have ever seen. Like, damn, bro, okay.
Alright, shot put. Oh, sorry, bro.
You're good. So, what you're basically saying is, you won't miss it?
Oh, fudge. Miss what?
School. School, dummy.
No, I told you, this place is too filled with feminists. It's beyond saving. At least I'll be able to get out before it reaches critical mass. I'll only come back years later, when they build a statue to honor me.
Do they do a 10 years later reunion thing here? Oh my god.
How would I know that?
Damn
Probably.
it, Kenji. We
Anyway,
need an
I have
answer.
to start... I have to start packing now. Take care of yourself, man.
You should have packed a week ago, like I did.
Wait, what time of year is it?
Not that I had
End
much
of the
to
school
pack.
year.
Oh, wow.
The routes don't point it out, but I'm pretty sure they're all a year long.
Nope, this is the only one that's this long.
Rin's is, at the very least, very close to a year long.
It's not. It goes into just a few months after,
A neutral ending, though. It, implies they don't have much time left.
Oh.
Well, yeah, but that's the
I need to
neutral
go read
that's
that
the neutral ending.
The author's... I hate... never mind. I'm not going to agree with the author. But I accept the loss. I could argue to win this argument, but it would only be to my not benefit.
Chagrin. That's not how it goes. You're supposed to
Chagrin.
do everything at the last minute. And I'm better at doing everything at the last minute. The last minute can have more productivity than, the entire week before it. That's how we keep shit fair. You'll never understand our manly ways.
You take care of yourself, too.
With a salute, he shoots backwards through
That was
the door,
him, falling over and
slamming it shut behind him hard enough that the entire dorm probably heard it. I noticed that a lot of people slam doors here. Maybe it's a local thing. Take care of myself. It's the first time I've heard him say it. Usually he ends our conversations with something like, "See ya, I'll pay you back later, man." Well, he was a little annoying sometimes, but I'll miss him. I cross him off my list mentally. The list is very short now, and I once again discard the notion of going through it in any kind of order. Like I said,
Huh?
I never had that intention. Huh?
You just imply... What? Did I misread that?
What?
What? Just sounds like he's planning to fucking kill people. Damn, Kenji, you redeemed yourself right at the
No!
end. Don't go
Okay,
to
that's
school
because
tomorrow.
you were gone. The list is the people he wants to say goodbye to.
Oh shit. Okay.
Okay, maybe we shouldn't be just leaving in the middle of things.
I needed to pee. I'm sorry.
I'd take him out of my journal.
So
We're
I go
left.
out to look for Shizune and Misha. I can only think of one place they could be. The student council room, of course. Turning the corner, I almost bump into a small group of students. For a second, a bitter feeling flashes through me, since for all I know, that could have been fatal. It's the new student council. There aren't a lot of them, but a lot more than 3, which is good since it's mean there's enough of them that they can each have their own title. It would have been cool if I could have a little desk plaque with my name and title on it. I don't think they do that now, or ever did, unfortunately. The nudist student council surrounds me while I'm thinking. If anyone were looking at this from afar, it would be a pretty sinister sight. Maybe they have come to finally get back at me for calling them the new student council all those times. I was just translating for Shizune, but I guess I should have been less lazy and more tactful. I regret nothing. I find myself being thanked for everything I've done. I'm being thanked. It should make me happy, considering how often I would think to myself that being in the student council was a completely thankless job. It does make me happy, but I can't enjoy it fully. I wonder how things would have turned out if our student council had grown as large as the one that's set to replace us. Even though they've only got 2 or 3 members, it's enough that they have set roles. Not like us, where Shizune seems to be the president, but that was it. The nudist student council thanking me gives me a strange feeling. It's like coming back home and seeing that a tree you've nurtured years before has grown. But I feel like I didn't nurture that tree enough. I wonder what more I could have done. It would likely make Shizune furious that I would feel distant from what I did in the student council this way, or that I'd imply that I didn't do enough, but it's true. I was only following her. So, in a way, I also feel like I'm viewing that same tree from far away, as if I'm seeing it from the window of a train as it passes by. I indulged in these thoughts for too long. When I snap out of it, I realize that I'm still standing there, surrounded by the new student council. I do the only thing I can do and apologize for zoning out. Then, I thank them back. When they walk away, I enter the student council room, which looks a lot messier, but seems to have gained a computer.
No way. Playing the student council theme in the student council room? That's crazy.
It makes sense. I recall hearing one of the clipboard girls talking about her plans to use a computer to make all the boring data entry Shizune does more tolerable. I can't remember which one said it, though. Aoi seems to be the more ambitious one, but then again, Keiko appears more serious. Well, it doesn't matter now. I'm not alone in the room, but instead of finding Shizune here like I expected, it's just Misha. She's sitting on Shizune's desk like Shizune herself does often, swinging her legs back and forth. When her eyes meet, she hops off and inexplicably poses like a superhero.
Ah, John, I'm surprised to see you here.
So much of that cut out.
Huck.
What are you doing?
You first.
I was looking for Shizune.
Me too. I thought she would be here, but I got Hee-chan instead.
Gee, thanks.
Wow! This is good. Really, really. I wanted to talk to you anyway.
Yeah, no, they made those sprites for those 3 bits of dialogue.
About what?
I take the time to glance around the room a little more. I see a hot plate. They really are living high.
I wanted to say sorry, of course, for all the trouble I made for you and Shi-chan.
Don't call it trouble.
Right.
Don't apologize to Shizune.
Right. But that isn't why I'm here, Hee-chan. I wouldn't apologize to Shi-chan. Since you're here, I want to ask you a question. Hee-chan, what do you think it would take for Shi-chan to be happy?
World domination, obviously.
Wahahaha! Even though you're joking, Hee-chan. No, even if she could, it wouldn't make Shi-chan happy. Only for a little while. Hee-chan, have you ever heard of artists who tear up their paintings as soon as they finish them? Such people really exist in the world, you know? I remembered it all of a sudden. It's just like Shi-chan now that I think about it. Whenever Shi-chan sets up a challenge for herself and completes it, she acts like her skills have no meaning anymore. I wonder, is it because she can't create anything permanent? It's just like those artists, and how they want to create a piece of art to leave behind. A really great one. I can't do it. It's really obvious when I look back at it, but I didn't see it before. I'm scared. I wonder if Shi-chan will ever be happy.
I wonder how someone would feel reading Rin's route directly after this route.
No, I don't think so. Not about her ever being happy. I think you're wrong. Shizune is actually happy more often than I thought. I think it's actually kind of amazing. Usually people don't think about that kind of stuff until they're middle-aged or dying. Then they think, I want to leave something behind, or I want to be remembered.
Like me. Only I skipped ahead a little. My life was short, and it seemed even shorter after my heart attack. I didn't think about what I was leaving behind, because I very quickly thought there was almost nothing I was leaving behind. So all that was left for me to stew in. What the fuck? So all that was left was for me to stew in my own bitterness. There we go.
Shizune already wants to leave her mark somewhere, but she wants to do it by helping people. That's why celebrations are so important to her. She even wants to be a philanthropist. I think it's the best way to live, living on by what you give to others. Even if it's for a selfish reason, that's okay too. Shizune is already happy, because if something goes well, there will always be someone else to see it and remember it. That's what makes her happy.
Misha sighs, arms stiff at her sides, hands topping the air softly.
Before, I still thought, I might be able to make Shizune happy, and I was in a good place to do it before. Since I was her interpreter, I could always be with her. Maybe. And I thought I would do it by becoming like Shichan's shadow? I kept trying even when she rejected me. It felt like I was stuck and I couldn't do anything but watch Shichan's back getting smaller while she kept going. I was scared, even though I just should have accepted it. It's hard. Maybe I could have at least understood Shichan. But it looks like I was completely wrong after all. I didn't know that or think about it. Shichan would call it a complete loss. Okay, I'm done. That's it, Shichan. But since you're the one who knows Shichan best of all, you can't make her cry or I'll be angry. I'm gonna go overseas after this. I even have letters of recommendation. Or I don't think I would even I don't think I would be able to go normally. Maybe I'll study and become a sign language teacher over there. Who knows? That means you have to look after Shichan, okay?
Misha's smile is as honest as ever, but she's obviously changed. The look in her eyes is that of a much more attentive girl. It seems to be true that hardship builds wisdom. It reminds me of the look in Shizune's eyes. I wonder what Shizune might have been through to have become who she is. I can take a guess, or maybe she was always like that. I want to see her even more, and I suggest to Misha that we should look for her together. Of course, it's just a pretext to spend more time with a friend. It's strange how it hasn't been long since we last hung out together, the three of us. It's strange how it hasn't been long since we last hung out, the three of us, in the span of a routine student council day. Yet, it seems like it was so long ago. Thinking about the future can put that kind of lens over the past. Speaking of lenses... Outside, Yuko is standing around, fiddling with a tiny, modern-looking camera in her hands. It would be unnoticeable if it weren't metallic enough to reflect the sunlight.
You gotta cross the finish line with this one. You got this.
Alright, let me get Italian pulled up.
It'd be unnoticeable if it weren't metallic enough to reflect the sunlight. Misha calls out to her. I thought we were supposed to be looking for Shizune.
Hi! What are you doing?
I'm just taking a photos of everyone.
That's obvious.
Awkward. Misha, I'll never forget how you taught me that someone can hold so many secrets and still have a massive lack of tact.
Where's my photo?
You want a copy? I don't know. Well, only if you promise to keep it a secret. Or else everyone will want one too. Not exactly Italian. I don't know what that is.
Good enough.
That happened to be in elementary school. Only it was with candy.
Guys, we are one square away from having 2 fucking bingos.
Oh.
Wait. Okay, I'll take the photo of you now then.
Wait, I'm not ready. I was just kidding.
Hey, John, make a peace sign.
I'm not gonna do that.
The camera flash
What the
goes
fuck?
off, blinding me. Yuko shields herself behind it, letting out a moan of frustration. You're not supposed to turn the flash on outdoors. She starts apologizing unnecessarily and then quietly slips away.
Wait.
Yes. Did you say did you see Shi-chan around
Are you
here?
alright, man?
Shi-chan sells seashells by the seashore.
I was like, God damn it, Shi-chan, stop selling these she-shells.
Seashells!
Fish one.
Yes, in front of the gate.
Thanks.
I can barely get it out before I have to start following behind Misha. Fortunately, not for very long. The gate is barely a minute's walk from here, even though that can be tiring for me sometimes. We see
God.
Shizune with the student council. They're probably thanking her, too. As soon
There's
as she
background
sees
noise.
us, she shoos them away, which is very easy since I doubt any of them can understand sign language or use it. So they're not too sad about leaving. Which in turn makes me wonder why they would thank her without someone who can, but it's the thought that counts. Misha immediately hugs Shizune and then leads against the gate next to her. I, on the other hand, decide to hang back a little and let them talk. After all, Misha wanted to talk to Shizune this whole time. I can wait. I even turn away so I don't eavesdrop on their conversation. I end up losing track of the time. When I look at my watch, it's already been 10 minutes. I wonder if they're done and turn around to find them behind me.
What are you thinking about?
Boring philosophical things that I don't want to talk about. Don't worry, I'm not thinking about it too hard.
Good. Getting philosophical at a time like this would be the worst thing you could do.
Yeah, I just wanted to stand here for a bit. It's relaxing.
It was a busy week.
Not really. Not for me.
I know that they must have been busy, but I think I know what I want to do now, and when it hit me, I didn't feel particularly fired up or anxious. It's the opposite. I feel at peace for the first time in a long time, and I want to savor that feeling a little more. I think that I want to teach here. As soon as I
Whoa.
thought this, a long, winding road appeared in my mind. An uncertain road that leads back here. I wonder if I'll be able to meet someone in the future like me. Someone filled with bitterness. I want to talk to that person since I can't talk to myself. I want to tell them that life is too short. Something that couldn't be told to me, only shown. I want to do it without pity. If I had been pitied, I'm sure that I'd only... Oh god. If I had been pitied, I'm sure that I'd have only died a little more. When I think about that first week, I still think about how well it went. So well that it could only be called the result of kindness. I feel like I want to show others the same kindness. And also, I want to keep chasing Shizune.
What did the new student council want, Shi-chan?
It's hard to daydream when you have to deal with Misha's voice.
I didn't know they had someone who knew sign language.
They don't. I think it was most likely just a goodbye. I appreciate it, even though I couldn't tell it to them. How did you know I was here?
Is it supposed to be a secret? Oh god. Anyway, we just asked Yuko. Did you take a photo of you two?
Yes, without asking me first. Since Yuko doing anything spur of the moment is rare, though, I'll let it go.
She snaps her fingers, more because I think she likes it than out of realization of an idea.
We should take a photo of the three of us. We haven't taken a student council photo yet. Now's the perfect chance. But, if I have to look at this picture a year from now, I don't want us staring back at me.
I mean, Shi-chan.
Pictures are supposed to capture the moment, isn't that right? Without a doubt, they're not portraits. Just standing around would be so stiff. Wouldn't even capture how I feel. I feel like we'll meet again, so this isn't an occasion to take such a serious photo. Should be a see you later type of photo. Not a big deal. Should be something more, festive.
Oh boy.
Like this. Follow me.
Shizune poses like a musketeer, so quickly that I'm sure even she knows it's silly.
Do we really have to do such a cheesy pose?
I can think of no better pose. Misha, go find Yuko.
Bring
I
me
don't
my
like this pose
Do it.
either. But I think it's kind of nice.
That doesn't even make sense.
She's already gone and returns dragging Yuko behind her. The flash is on. A red LED blinks 3 times above it as Yuko's finger presses the button. Shizune glances at both of us to make sure we have the timing down. Synchronized watches, we jump.
That's a cute pose, but it's also a new art style.
I know.
Also, why is the camera angle so low?
Because
Question.
they
I
didn't
think
want to
it's
draw them
supposed to
jumping.
be looking up at them.
Yeah.
Oh, actually,
Is
that's fine.
Yuko
it.
like 4 feet tall?
Yes.
She's like a gnome.
Look at him.
Yeah.
I bet that.
She's just small. That's why she talks like that.
She's so far away you can't hear her.
Yeah.
I love it. I bet that turned out excellently. Okay. That.
Now let's get one with Yuko too. No, please.
That's not necessary.
I want a copy of this photo too. I'll likely die younger than the average person. My life could unexpectedly burn out at any time. I don't have any time to waste then. I want to live as much as possible. I also want to see other people smile from what I've made and done. Living vicariously through the happiness of others doesn't seem so bad. Feeling joy through another person's happiness doesn't seem like such a bad thing. It's the easiest way I can think of to draw out my life and give it distinction. Maybe this is the meaning that Shizune has found for herself. Although, it's just my theory. People find themselves alone often in their lives and without direction. However, people can take refuge in moments of happiness. They can dot a person's life like stops on a train map, or waypoints of memory on a long trail. These individual moments on reflection can give a person's life fulfillment. Every friend and festival and joyful meeting and joyful parting. I want to be able to ask Shizune one day if I'm right. I want to spend the time I have with her. Finally, I want to make Shizune smile for herself.
I love you.
I pause.
Love you too, Sugar Tits. My mic didn't pick me up making kissing noises.
I pause, wondering if she'll look at me confused and ask why I'd say that out of the blue. She doesn't.
Do they do that reunion thing here?
Of course they do.
A student council member should know that.
Sooner than that, though. Okay? Both of you.
Right.
Yeah.
Yuko, you do the pose too. Afterwards, we can go for tea.
Shizune laughs as if she doesn't have a care in the world. Misha's laughter joining with hers as easily as if it were her own. We'll meet again.
You guys not gonna try and stay contact with your significant other?
Yeah, I feel
Good
it.
question.
We'll
Oh, yeah.
meet again.
Wait, where is Shizune going?
Don't know where.
No.
when.
Oh, I know we'll
We're
meet
trying.
again some
Some
sunny
sunny
day. It was horribly out of time. But
It
you
was
know what?
in time on my end.
In retrospect, that route was a lot better than I remember it, genuinely.
Yeah, you kind of overhated. What the fuck? That's written like a Ryushiki pose.
I know!
Whoa.
Holy shit! It's Ryushiki! Yeah, you guys do know that Romance in Andante, the first one, is just
It's
the
just the
credits
credits.
music.
And then 2 is used
No, I
during
guess I
certain scenes. I
I
swear to
believe
God,
that.
there's it's used in at least one H.
I mean, I'm not sure if
Gotta
I'd
be.
say it was better than Hanako's Arians on the replay.
I think it was better than Hanako's, but this is the first time through experience. I think so. I had this exact thought in the middle of the previous chapter, or not chapter scene. Hanako's feels like an hour and a half romance movie. Rin's feels like a 2.5 hour drama movie. And this one feels like a 4-season TV show. In a good way, though.
Right.
Yeah.
No,
kinda.
I genuinely feel like I sold that route short. I
think
may
you
have
did a
also
little bit.
set your guys' expectations so fucking low.
I'd rather have low expectations that get surpassed than high expectations like everything.
Very true.
I kind of did. I think I kind of did the opposite with Hanako's. I hyped it up a bit more, and then I do genuinely feel, and I talked about this last time. I genuinely feel like the way that we played Hanako's route, like, actively did a disservice to it.
Oh, for sure.
And I'm
Yeah.
not sure that I'm not sure, and I'd be curious to see what you guys think, like, replaying it yourselves, like, on your own pace. But I'm not sure, like, the initial experience that I had with Hanako's route could, like, adequately be recaptured on a replay. And a replay that slow.
Yeah.
I don't want to tread over old ground with Hanako's route, but in the setting we are playing these in, I feel like I enjoyed Shizune's route a lot more. Also, I think maybe I was like burnt out on Katawa Shoujo by the time I did Shizune's route.
Yeah, it's definitely different.
Yeah, it is all interesting.
The
All
writing
the
is a bit
routes
different.
have had distinct.
I would say it's, I don't know. I'd call Shizune's route a character study, sort of in the same way Rin's is.
Kind of, but in the fact that Rin studies a single character, or I guess two if you count Hisao, but I don't think he's human. While Shizune is more like a brief character study on a variety of people.
I think it's focused enough on Shizune that you could call it a Shizune character study.
It
From a
is.
purely
However-
writing perspective, I'd say the end feels way different. Like
Oh,
I feel
100%.
Hanako's ends near the climax, and Shizune's has like a falling.
Actually has a
action and just sort of-
proper falling action. And again, when you're playing Hanako's route in a very short, condensed setting, like I think it was meant to be played, that very like quick ending feels like a release, like a release of all these pent up like feelings that you've been interacting with throughout the route. But again, that doesn't work if you play it the way that we did. And
I
that's
feel like it's really hard to rate any of these routes how we're playing them right now.
Oh, for
Like
sure.
just from a purely objective standpoint.
Hanako's route carries so much less drama when it's me with it acting like a cowboy.
or me interrupting us every 5 fucking minutes to talk about linguistics.
It definitely feels like more of a game and less of a novel, but it's still enjoyable, don't get
Yeah.
me wrong.
For sure. I love this.
Okay, with that being said, talking about Katawa Shoujo going forward, I believe we all said that we wanted to do Emmys next. It's
Yep,
it's
and
like a
then Emmy
nice
with Lily.
palate cleanser, I think.
I mean, it's between Emmy and Lily. We only have 2 left. We're over halfway through the game. Just
Oh my
use it.
God,
we
guys.
should do Emmy.
I think we should do Emmy, yeah.
Yeah.
I have no preference. I'll go
Um,
with what you guys are doing.
And so I suppose we'll talk about it next stream, but if we want to like redistribute voices a little bit, if we're talking about the most important characters in
I
Emmy's
refuse
route,
to voice
it
the
would
main
be-
female again.
it would be Emmy, right?
Well, Whiskers is
Whiskers has finally got.
Man.
Shizune is in Emmy's route more than Rin's, but
Makes sense.
she acts more like a proper supporting character in Emmy's route, at least in my
I just
opinion.
realized something I completely forgot. I voiced Emmy's mom.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That
made
was
her sound
so
like-
fucking long ago.
That made her sound like Junko Enoshima.
But okay, so let's go through the roles real quick. because Whiskers will be
Do we
on.
really
Emmy.
want to do this now? We're way over time. We should probably do this.
You know
first
what?
song,
That
but
is true.
let's-
Because I actually also wanted to briefly talk to you guys about something else out of the stream, and so I should save it for that.
Yeah, then we
So,
keep it
thank
quick
you
for
everyone
there's
for
some
watching,
arrested
specifically
later time
CD and Pumpkin, because I don't know if anyone else saw this. Regardless, I appreciate you all sticking with us through this route. Glad we managed to wrap it up today. So yeah, thank you guys so much.
Why does Shizune's route only have 3 papers?
They all only have... Well, Hanako's only has 3. Look. Rin's...
The bottom
These
one
2
is-
papers in Rin's route are part of the same act. Intro.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, because they split at that point, and they're both mirroring famous statues.
Oh, wait. The ... I would say you should not add that to the next bingo. It does exist, but I'm not sure it's going to be prevalent enough for it. Well, you could, but place it in such a way that it's more like a challenging square to get. Because I know Shizune has a few scenes in Emmy's route. Actually, I think there's one closer to the climax of Emmy's route, if I'm not mistaken. Regardless, though, that's a topic for another time. Still, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for sticking with this series. And we will see you all whenever we decide to continue this. Ciao.